One sec.
There we go.
Is this the right info? It is. Oh, we're
I
swapping
actually
over?
have the toggles perfect for you guys now.
Yeah. Yeah, we swapped up. I always forget to my fucking...
Hello, my Finlows. And welcome to episode 6 of the podcast.
Is this episode 6?
It is episode 6. Episode
God
5 was
damn.
anime.
Holy cow.
Yeah, we are making progress. Hope you guys like the new layout.
That's right, you have a new layout option now.
I have a new layout, and the others may have a similar layout in the future.
Yeah.
And God, they're not just piling on top of each other this week. Yeah, I had this idea last
today. Got fucking sus today, Melly.
I did.
It's tragic.
It is.
So for those of you who still want to follow me on Twitter, you can go to my new Twitter, which I will put in the chat, which is just at Mizuhana Oshibe. I've actually had this one for a while now. Or no, sorry. It's at Mizuhana VTuber. So I made this one a while back when I first got sussed. Because this is the second time I've been sussed. Fun fact. And just like the first time, they didn't tell me what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get nuked on the other one? I did. What's funny is they didn't tell me they suspended me. I got a message saying they disabled my AdSense. I got a second message saying that they had marked my account for something. And then I got an email saying that all of that happened because I was suspended. But I haven't actually got an email that says you've been suspended. I just keep getting emails that says, we canceled this other stuff that you have because you're suspended.
Like, why did you cancel it? Oh, because you're suspended. Oh, that would have been nice to know, in the beginning.
No, on Twitter, because, Melia, was sussed on Twitter. Because... well, they can't make money on Twitter anymore. Since, had Twitter Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the sub!
Yeah, so I have both a Blue Sky and an alternate Twitter. But I've had the alternate Twitter for a while.
Well, there you go.
For now, I will keep... yeah, for now, I will keep putting in appeals until they let me through. But, I mean, the way they did it this time, there's a chance they just want me gone.
Well, there you go. I'm going to turn you guys on the main screen. What's the podcast about? We talk about VTuber drama, mainly VTuber drama, but the drama can range from anywhere from VTubers to just about anything on the internet that we find interesting.
Yeah, we all have like our own little worlds that we like to involve ourselves in.
Hello, Captain. How are you?
I forgot to switch over your image to the little gremlin.
Oh yeah, thanks. You guys can probably see it in my top right, but Lumi got me a little gremlin that match her and Oka.
It's perfect, because now I can use it for the thumbnail and it fits.
Yep.
And I also got Mizu a chomp as well.
Oh, you
did? It's a little gremlin that's similar to these, chat, but it's like me biting a wall. It looks really funny. We'll share it. We'll probably have it as a emote one day.
Tea spilling? Yes, it is basically tea spilling.
Yeah.
There you go, Akko, so you can take a look at it. It's silly. You needed an Akko chomp, so all of us can chomping.
I know, I have one.
Yeah.
I have one.
Oh yeah, you did show me that one. Here. Yeah, I remember it now.
Literally, one of my friends decided to edit Akko onto a Destiny boss, and she's chomping on his ass because
he's got the cake.
You know what? Let me see if I can. Yeah, there it is. I don't know if it's safe. It's not safe to show on stream, but I'm gonna show it with you. I'm gonna share it with you guys. There you go. That is Nezarek.
No comment.
Nezarek.
Let me see if I can find you a photo
of the actual guy.
Of the actual guy, because the actual guy looks almost nothing like him.
Okay, here's one from of a character from fucking Call of Duty that is fun.
The thing about Ezrek is he's got a dad bod. Like literally, he's just a dad with a giant axe in his hand,
Oh, perfect.
and it's beautiful.
While we're on the topic of Destiny, because Oka is our resident Destiny expert,
Uh-huh.
did you see anything going on in the Destiny community about people whining about what perceived, like, I guess racism or sexism or something against
See,
some
I
of the
know they were.
bosses?
I know that no, I don't think I know they're being sued by a previous like worker, but I don't know anything about perceived racism against bosses.
Oh no,
Where
it was
did this
certain
come from?
characters. So
Oh, are you talking about Nimbus, the non-binary?
Nimbus,
Yeah,
people brought up Drifter, who's apparently pansexual.
yeah. I know what you're talking about,
And there was one other
roughly.
character in the middle, and they were saying that everybody hated these characters because they were LGBT.
Okay, okay. This is a fun little thing to bring up. All right. So yeah, Destiny, like the people at Bungie, they do want to have inclusivity, and I'll be honest with you. Some of the ways that they bring in their characters better than others. The first one that people like to complain about is Osiris. Osiris is a warlock that is gay, and there's nothing wrong with him being gay. It's just it for some people it doesn't really make sense because he's like a very introverted kind of lonely kind of guy, and then randomly he gets it on with his robot exo boyfriend that is like a titan that likes to smash things. So it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like it fits 100% of the time. And so that's why I think why some people complain. The other one that people bring up is Nimbus, who is a non-binary Neamunan, which comes from the planet of Neamuna. And people don't like him, them, because they don't really have a good personality. Like their personality is all the worst traits of a California bro. So nobody likes Nimbus at all, period. A lot of people. I've even seen people that were on the LGBT saying, I am trans or I am non-binary, and I don't like Nimbus. So nobody likes Nimbus at all, period. And it's just bad. The other one that people talk about, which I didn't even know, is the Drifter, who is like this secretive guy that runs a game mode. And I guess he was pansexual, but I didn't know that. Because here's the thing. When you're playing Destiny is a game about you going around shooting things. You know, it's made by the people who played Halo. You're shooting aliens, you're saving the world. I don't care about their sexuality. If it comes off in a passing comment, or it comes off as like a bonus thing, like, oh, we saved the day, everybody goes home to their families. Osiris goes to go kiss his gay man that he loves, you know, and the Drifter, what is pansexual again? Is that
So,
like
pansexual is something that I have to wonder about when somebody said it to me, because you wouldn't know a character was pansexual unless they specifically told you they were pansexual, right? Because pansexual means you will only like date somebody that you fall in love with. Which, by the way, I personally think that's just called normal.
Hang on a moment. Doesn't that mean I'm pansexual then?
Wait, hold on.
I would classify like 99% of people as pansexual. But
Wait.
the excuse they try and use is, but it does like, but there's no like barriers to it, you know, like gender or race or anything. And I was like, yeah, normal people.
Okay, so it's like this is my one thing when I first like it's bisexual with extra steps.
That's good.
And
It's
and then
bisexual, but you're not a slut.
Exactly.
Wait, how are bisexual people sluts?
That's my problem with pansexuality, is it has like this innate idea that everybody else just whores around. Because that's the only way it really works, is that if everybody else just sleeps with whoever and they don't need like any sort of connection.
And wait,
This
hold
is
on, no.
so
Isn't that
confusing.
demisexual, where you can only fall in love, like you're only attracted to someone after you like have an emotional bond with them? I thought that was demisexual.
You might be right, that
Pansexual
might
is
be
that
gans.
you're
Pansexual means
okay.
you'll fuck anything, including animals. I'm
not pansexual then.
Okay, no, so yeah, now I'm remembering this because I always get them mixed up.
Okay.
Pansexual came from Greek gods, right? So they
Uh-huh.
needed to come up with a word that described Greek gods. as anybody that knows like Greek history, they would fuck anything.
If that's the case, the Drifter is pansexual because he will fuck anything, and he has also eaten everything. Like literally, one of his most defining traits is where he talks about the weird ass things he's eaten. Like he talks about eating all of the alien races in the game, including the robot one, or at least attempting to eat the robot one, that converts you into another one of them if you come into contact with them. So it's just like, yeah, that's definitely pansexual.
Okay, yeah.
I guess.
Some people don't like hearing that because they like to think of pansexual as just cute, quirky, like Mass Effect, you'd sleep with other aliens. Like, no, the original
No.
meaning meant you would
No,
fuck
yeah,
anything.
yeah. You know what? The Drifter is pansexual. Now, literally, he will say, "Yeah, brother. You ever eaten hive before? You ever split open its guts and guzzled it down? Well, I have. It's really good. No, yeah, the Drifter is pansexual, 100%.
Okay.
Perfect.
Pansexual towards eating everything he can, I guess.
You know, it's like, I don't know shit about Destiny, so I'm just gonna take. You could tell me some bullshit fucking lie, and I'd be like, that sounds correct. That checks out.
I'm not joking with you guys when I say this. The Drifter has said, like, that's not exactly what he says, but he legit talks about how he has eaten a lot of different things and saying how he's attempted to eat a lot of different things. He is literally a pirate, a space pirate. I think that line is word for word, actually.
I see. So
but I'm being serious here.
Yeah.
So anything that could fit in his mouth is a
yes.
Any hole's a goal.
Yes.
Any hole's a goal.
The only person that he is not, the only thing he is not admitted to eating is another human. That's it.
Well, he's a very specific pansexual then.
But I would not be surprised because, again, he will eat anything. He is the kind of guy just like, I want to try everything that's exotic, man. Everything is worth trying at least once.
Yeah. Hi, Doody. How are you?
Although I was wondering,
Destiny.
I didn't know the other characters, but when they said Drifter, I was like, I don't particularly remember people hating him.
No, he's beloved. We just hate the game mode that he runs. Nobody loves Gambit. Not even the Destiny
Gambit's
devs
painful.
love Gambit. Yeah, Gambit is painful. Nobody loves it.
I always hated when I played Destiny when I got specific missions for Gambit in order to get like materials and weapons and stuff. Like there was I forget what they were called, like legendaries or whatever weapons.
Yeah.
There was one you had to play Gambit a specific way in order to get all the points for it, so it would not be shit. And I was like, I hate playing this game mode so much.
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, people like him. He's got a lot of really good character to him. They just don't like his game mode.
Yeah. I've never met a single person that was like, let's go play Gambit.
Yeah, I don't know why people are saying that, like, going back to your point there, I don't know why people are saying that people hate him. Like, literally, the only two people that I have seen people have issues with is Osiris because it feels shoehorned, his gay relationship, and Nimbus because Nimbus is just badly written, poorly written. Nobody likes a poorly written character. I don't care what their sexuality is, all right? If they're straight and they have poorly written dialogue, I'm going to call it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this had just come across my my desk earlier today.
Why you should never bring me on because I'll bitch about Destiny. That's okay, Temp.
Yeah.
It's okay, you can bitch about Destiny because I know nothing about it, so I'm learning from you.
Because it was actually the opposite end. It was somebody talking about how they didn't like Nimbus and that they were annoyed that people kept saying it was because Nimbus was LGBT.
No.
And they're like, no,
that doesn't matter.
There says that's not my critique towards the current FOTL Nimbus mass drama, but I'd like to say this in regards to Nimbus. I don't like Nimbus. I find them very annoying and undercooked. It has nothing to do with them being non-binary.
No, I'm sure I will bet there are non-binary people that are not like that. There are probably very normal non-binary people that don't act like Nimbus. A failed California. Again, he is a failed California bro. That is all of the worst traits that Nimbus has. Is failed California bro. It's like, hey guys, let's go take care of this. Like, and he's trying to tell horrible jokes at the same time. It's just like, I've got this, you've got that. She's pretty crazy. Let's go do this. And it's just like, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear you talk anymore.
It's so the poor man is from Kami form.
Pretty much.
Oh, you could probably explain this, I guess. So the reason this is a drama is if you want the Nimbus mask from FOTL, you
Oh,
have to
yeah.
like actively participate with him
Mm-hmm.
or something. So
Yeah.
that's gotten people that I guess maybe didn't interact with him all that much or suddenly
Interacting.
like constantly interacting with them and realizing they really don't like them.
Yeah, if you want the so he is part of the he's one of the vendors for one of the expansions. So you already have to interact with them to do the expansion. But if you want to get the title for the Halloween event, which nobody really cares about because it's a Halloween event, it comes around every single year. But if you want to get it, you have to interact with him. And that's why people are upset because they don't want to interact with him.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, apparently there was a little drama about that, and I figured since you mentioned Destiny, you could enlighten us.
Yeah.
I didn't play long enough to meet whoever this is.
I don't think we need sexual and sci-fi fantasy or video games. It depends. You could have something like Baldur's. If we had a Baldur's Gate sci-fi RPG, I feel like that would be totally fine. But like, here's the thing: in a game like Destiny, it's okay, but the execution is most important. What Bungie fails at is the execution because the times where they've tried to add it make it feel very forced and non-fluided. Like the one time where they actually had a kiss shared between Osiris and his lover, it didn't feel fluid. Like again, I don't care. I don't mind. I just want it to fit. And if it doesn't fit, I'm gonna criticize it.
I guess my only like point to sexuality and fantasy and stuff is I think it depends on like this type of story you're telling. Like Destiny, from what I remember, tended to do like these bigger, wider like planet saving stories almost
That's what
every
it
time
still
they
is,
did
yeah.
it. So like having a deeper focus on each individual character to that degree would feel weird to me. Like it makes sense in Baldur's Gate because part of your journey is getting to know your party,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of growing that bond with them.
Yeah.
And the same for something like Mass Effect. I think it would make sense in Mass Effect.
Yeah,
But with
yeah. See, I'm
Destiny,
about
it's
Mass
not like
Effect, yeah.
this interpersonal connection game. It's a shooter. And I don't think it works for Destiny, like on a base level.
No, it really doesn't. It like there I could see it being introduced because like Destiny has a lot of untold story that you read in lore books. You could tell it through a lore book as well. And again, it can be told in a big cutscene. You can have like a small nod to I'm going home to my gay lover. That is totally fine. Just make it fit. Make it fit. You know?
Doesn't WoW have the same issue?
Probably.
No, I never touched WoW.
Me neither.
Any WoW lovers in here?
Haven't
Mass
played a lot of
Effect is a pretty
Destiny, but
big
it feels
one.
like the characters would outsource responsibility to some contractor if they could.
Probably. No, that's a good starting opening point there. But yeah, it's Destiny. Destiny constantly tries to appeal to certain demographics, and it's just like it's fine if you want to include everybody, just don't make it look like
Pandering.
the word. Yes, exactly. Like, and if I were to write a hypothetical story, if I wanted to include a gay character, I would write a really good reason why they were gay and include it in such a way that didn't feel like that was the only aspect about them that made them important. Just saying.
Or you could just make them incestuous cannibals, as everybody's talking about today.
I want to play that
Wait, what?
incest cannibal game. Oh my god.
Wait, what?
It's
I have
Yes.
not heard anything about this.
You want heard this?
No, this is something I have not heard, I guess.
So this game right now is something at like a positive 98% rating. Mostly because Pippa played it the other day.
Fair. Anything that Pippa touches, fair enough.
Do you remember what it's called, Lumi? It's like the coffin of Lele or something.
oh fucking hold on. I need to fucking hide my window capture so nothing pops up on my fucking Twitter about it.
But
Because you know, porn would show up if I look it up.
basically, it's a horror drama visual novel where you're a brother and a sister, which are apparently cannibals and also in love with each other.
I mean, I love me some good cannibal incest.
It's a video game, so I don't care. But like, that's weird.
But it's had everybody talking about it. So if you just go on Twitter and you just search like cannibal incest, you're gonna have like a billion posts about this game.
Listen, I don't think
it's
my FBI
called-
agent needs any more reasons to be confused or concerned with me.
It's called The Coffin of Andy and Lele.
Yeah.
Just
I never
saying.
watched her stream, so I actually don't know like the main point behind it other than that.
It's so weird.
I mean, heck, I would make a lot of people question on why I play certain games if I was allowed to play Boyfriend to Death on fucking Twitch. I have to play it on VStream.
That's tragic.
Oh,
You
being
can play it
such
on
weird.
VStream, but not Twitch?
A Twitch fucking bitch.
Fair.
But yeah,
Maybe-
there's a lewd category for VStream, so you can play like
I thought
visual
there-
novels that has like not safe for work stuff, but as long as it's not the main focus of the game.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It just said no. It said no porn.
Speaking of, didn't somebody get banned from VStream?
Melia did for fucking what was it? Was it a brief mention of blackface, but it wasn't anything like defamatory or anything like that.
So wait, you talked about it and
What?
got banned? Is that what happened?
Hold on, Melia's gonna explain it, and then
Okay. Okay. I love being a gatekeeper. It's a really important job in a fantasy world to gatekeep a dangerous area. I'll talk about, oh man, there's some gatekeeping stuff I read that I thought was really interesting, and I want your guys' input on it.
I believe in gatekeeping.
Yeah, I think you guys are gonna have to fill me in on the first two topics on our thumbnail here.
Okay. Yeah, I can.
The
Well,
third
first
one,
two
I
are
know what you're
ones-
talking about.
The first two are ones that because like what I want to do next time is like grab a topic from all three of us, because I just included two of mine and then one that I knew we were all gonna talk about.
Yeah.
But we can start with that while Melly is writing this down here. Let me bring up the first. Okay, so the first one I wanted to talk about is, do you remember when everybody was like doxing themselves last week, showing their personal picture next to their VTuber model?
Oh, because that one girl said VTubers are ugly or something behind
Yeah,
their
okay.
model. And
Yeah,
everyone in their
okay.
200 IQ move is like, let's post a picture of my face.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let me give a brief understanding for the chat here. There was a tweet that said, let's see, constantly bragging or showing off your partner needs, let's see, that was like the reply. But somebody decided to say, I will always say this, pretty girls will never hide behind a VTuber persona. They're all effing ogres IRL. And literally, this tweet has 5.3 million views. A lot of people have seen this. They got quote tweeted into oblivion by every single VTuber and their mom saying, actually, I am a very pretty fucking woman here and you are going to respect me. And every single time I saw that, I had to shake my head, because I was like, you realize you are doxing yourself. Because like, here's the thing.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the Sniper Wolf stuff tonight a little bit, I think. But like, doxing is very important to people until they don't even realize they're doing it to themselves. Like, if your life is very important to you and you're like, you don't care, and like, if you don't care that people know what your face looks like, fine, sure, go ahead. But a lot of these people will whine and bitch and moan. It's like, oh my gosh, they're harassing me. They're doing all these mean things to me. But you put the information out there
Yeah.
that is identifying. Like, literally, people can find where you live with just your face. You know that, right? Chat. Don't ever put your information on the internet that you don't want people to find out where you live. All right? Because the minute someone has your face, they can find you. I heard that somebody got doxxed using a tree last week. Somebody told me about that you can use a tree to dox people. So the fact that
the
so many of
most
these
wild
people...
one I've ever heard of was some, I forget, it was some VTuber, but they were doing a cooking stream and they picked up the pan while it was still nice and clean, and somebody saw the reflection outside in the pan through the window and managed to
been a nice
clean it
pan.
up enough to pinpoint their street.
That must have been a nice pan.
Yeah.
Use fake info. Exactly. Use fake info. Like, don't lie on like official documents or anything. But use fake info whenever possible. Okay.
I mean, I mentioned
Yeah.
before that I use fake info on like
Yeah.
everything.
Like,
It's like, I think the wildest thing for doxing that I've seen, well, it's not doxing per se, but someone was, I think they were either filming the sky or something. I forgot what it was exactly, but people were able to find
Oh, you mean the he will not divide us?
this exact location just by the position of the stars.
Yeah, no.
yes.
So you're
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
He Will Not Divide Us, which was like Shia LaBeouf's
Oh my
weirdo
gosh,
project
that was
thing.
great.
Yeah.
And he got annoyed
yeah.
with people constantly doxing where he had the flag. So he
Yeah.
put the flag in the air and then had a camera facing straight up in the air. So first off, somebody found the general location with the position of the stars. Somebody else found the city location based on cone trails from the plane. And then a third person found the exact location by driving around honking their horn while watching the website and seeing if their horn showed up on the feed.
Let me tell you, chat, don't mess with 4chan because they can find serial killers and you.
If Kiwi Farms was still up, that'd be another worrying website.
Oh no, they are. They are.
No, their latest website host just banned the website.
Which one?
So they gotta find another one.
Which one? I'm pretty sure they're on .net still.
Because I know what was it, Cloudflare?
Cloudflare drops them, but they're still no. Cloudflare drops them, but the Cloudflare doesn't host them. They're just a reverse proxy that filters out. No, yeah, they're still up right now. They still exist.
Still up?
Yeah, they still exist. They have their own DDoSing now.
Yeah.
If you want to connect to their website, they have a DDoS. They have their own DDoS now.
That's the only like real huge benefit from Cloudflare is the DDoS protection,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
the only
typically a very expensive endeavor.
Yeah, they have their own DDoSing stuff now. No, but like, let me impart some advice to you, chat. Do you want to get doxxed? Show your picture online. Do you not want to get doxxed? Don't show your picture online. It's as easy as that. All right? Don't show your face to the internet.
It's like, especially like with all these viewers posting their face under quote retweet, but then saying, "Hey, don't take a picture of or around me at fucking WitchCon."
Yeah, how many reposts? Like, this thing got quoted, and I'm not going to show any of these. I'm not going to show any of these because I don't want to actually share these people's actual photos. But literally, I can scroll for hours of people posting. Some people decided to post porn of themselves, which I don't encourage. It's a bad idea. But literally, people posting their pictures. Some of my friends who I was just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, just like, why are you I don't like that this person said this because it's not very nice, because obviously people who are VTubers are not all ugly people. They just like to use the 3D aspect. But this person, I kind of want to clap for them because they literally just led to the mass doxing of thousands of people, and they didn't do anything intentional. It's just like...
Man, and if they have Twitter Blue, they could get at least 20 cents out of that.
Yeah, that was a lot of views. 5 million views.
They actually probably would have gotten like a decent little bit out of that.
Probably. It's crazy, chat. Real crazy. It's just... Don't dox yourself. Be smart. Be smart, chat. Use internet safety, okay?
Melia typed out the...
Okay.
They said that someone that they were in VC with mentioned something about digital blackface and a Off Yourself song, just brief mentions of both. And I'll read the email Melia gave me. It says, "This is the V-Stream Trust and Safety team informing you that your account's been suspended for 7 days due to your recent stream gaming on Call with Friends. This following is a list of violations of Community Guidelines Section 6, Hateful Conduct and Harassment, Discussion of Blackface," and then it says, like, exact time of the stream. at least they can.
Hey, that's nice of them to do.
In community guidelines, section 4, self-destructive behavior, discussion of self-harm. Additionally, while not strictly breaking any rules, the section on what's your favorite race at 1 hour 40 minutes 26 seconds is very much trying to ride the line of what we allow while trying to frame it as a joke. It suggests staying away from that kind of content and avoid corrective actions.
So it wasn't even really like you broke the rules. It was more just like, hey, this could break the rules.
Yeah.
We're kind of warning you here.
I don't know. The other stuff I would argue didn't break the rules either, based on their description. Like self-destructive behavior, and then it's like, well, you discuss self-harm. It's like, that's not what self-destructive behavior is. It's actually doing it or discussing doing it to yourself.
So it's just like, okay, so you can't discuss that on VStream then? That's interesting.
It's like
that's a weird, in my opinion, because it's like, okay, so you can't have charity stream for suicide awareness? Like, I understand that's like
I think
touchy.
it's all of like, you know, what the context is, because it seems like they do actually watch what sections are what. And yeah, Melia, I agree with you. I think it's targeted. Because since not many people stream on VStream right now, they just, someone who hates you could just see your name pop up and be like, oh, it's this, why are they here? And then report you.
That's interesting. So the idea is that Melia thinks that they were so like that means that the people that don't like them had to have gone to VStream. Do you need an account to actually make a report on somebody on that platform? I'm curious.
I think you can make a report by submitting a ticket.
Okay, that's interesting. Because like the way that I know that VStream works, if you need an account, then the people that read the report knows exactly the accounts of the people that did that. That's interesting.
And also, I know for a fact there is a handful of people that at least are on the fucking Discord, and some who have accounts on the site do hate Melia like a fucking.
Why? What has Melia done again?
Melia has a post on VTuber Blacklist that they've done in the past, but they have grown from then.
Mm-hmm.
But people still hold that shit over.
Of course.
They did virtual blackface.
Yeah.
That definitely would piss off some people. Yeah. I recommend that.
Like, I think most of us have told Melia that we don't really agree with the stuff they've done in the past.
Mm-hmm. But can grow and change from it.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where people won't let them move on from that, but I've seen them let other VTubers move on from like some positively reprehensible shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's been a lot of VTubers and a lot of YouTubers where it's just like, hang on, why are you, it's just like, rules for thee and not for me, question mark?
Yeah. It's also really telling that he is on VTuber Blacklist, like literally right under Kiro the Wolf and Angel Girl ASMR.
Yeah.
Like, really, you put virtual blackface under zoo sadism and actual groomer?
I'm curious, what does virtual blackface entail? Does that just mean having a model that's not conducive to your skin color?
They specifically change their model to be black to piss people off.
Oh, okay. So it's not like your model is a.
They refer to themselves as having shit skin.
I'm not going to defend that.
That's what we're saying.
But I'm just trying to make sure I understand here. So the issue is not the fact that people know that she's one skin color IRL and she's a different skin color when her model. It's just that her model is a specific color and then she changes the color on the model. Okay. That's okay.
Intentionally to piss people off.
I figured. Yeah.
This is what, a year and a half ago?
You're trying to be edgy? Congrats, you were.
It's like, I don't think I was active in the VTuber scene when all that shit was going on. So, I didn't know about it until someone was like, ew, why are you mutuals with Melia? You know that he did this, right? And I'm like, I don't know shit, my dude. They're an early supporter, my dude.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where it legitimately was just bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is. But if you're not doing that anymore, and you're moving on, and there is a pattern of you being a moved on person, then I think that there should be change. Like, there's a few things that I cannot forgive. That is not one of them. But yeah.
I mean,
I'm willing to let them
everyone
move
has an
on.
edgy past. Like, did we all forget Shane and Friends when Shane Dawson did his multiple persona thing with fucking what was that one? Shanae?
Oh, was he where he pretended to have multiple personality or something?
It was a skit where he had different characters that he'd play.
The complaint people had with it wasn't like part of it was that the characters were like inherently offensive to some people. But the big issue was he would always talk about sexual stuff when talking to like his underage nieces.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's not.
I remember that.
That was the main problem most people took with it. Like, yeah, there were a couple people that are like, that's an offensive stereotype. But everybody normal was like, you probably shouldn't be saying that to a kid.
Oh yeah, a normal person would say that around adults only. Or a normal person would say, hey, listen, I find all jokes like that kind of funny within the proper context. Just not around kids.
I mean, hell, I still reference some shit from Shane and Friends. Fucking, what was it?
The one where he came on his cat?
No.
Oh, I remember
fucking,
that.
It's down the river, not across the street, you fucking dumbass. And you wanna have fun with a sharp object.
To be fair, he didn't come up with that.
Oh, man.
That's been a popular one for a long time.
Yeah, but that's when I first seen.
V-Stream staff seem to be applying the rules differently to Melia than everyone else. Any sane Shio should not tolerate that. How are they applying it differently? Has anybody else been doing and talked about that stuff on stream and not been banned?
I don't watch many other people's streams.
Like, I personally interviewed E, and I don't think that, like, I don't think that's the case.
E?
The owner,
and also,
the co-owner of V-Stream.
I'm just a wave member, wave 2 of beta testers. I'm not part of staff.
No, yeah, Hoshiko has said worse. What has Hoshiko said that's ban worthy?
And also, like, again, it's probably a targeted thing because some people don't like Melly.
Yeah, I agree. When it comes to stuff like that, half of the time when someone gets suspended, it is targeted. Like, people have to understand there's so many automated systems in every single company that half of the time suspensions come because of an abundant amount of reports. Like with Mizu, for example, I feel like that was a targeted, people are throwing you under the bus, because I just feel like it is. But like, literally, like, a good example is my ad that I had struck down because they thought I lived in Argentina. That is 110% a bot that thought I lived in Argentina. All right, no sane human, and I know that there are some sane humans that work at YouTube, but especially when they're working with money, no sane human is going to look at my ad and say, "Yeah, you're doing Argentinian political ads. You can't run that on your stream on the internet." And you have to submit a ID, even though you've already submitted a U.S. state ID. You must live in Argentina. It's like, no, I don't. And then then the person, So I know for a fact that a lot of the time this kind of stuff is targeted, which is why people get suspended. And yeah, it sucks, but you can't really ask people to consider, like, change their rules just because of that. You have to be okay with the fact that there's human error and robot error. I don't know. Sorry, I interrupted you.
It's okay. First thing, at first I thought you were gonna say no sane person would live in Argentina, which, I mean, valid.
I don't know anybody from Argentina, just saying.
And second, Melia, I think that should be one thing that you should bring up with E, is let them know that, like, there's people that will try to report you just because you are you. And I'm sure because most of the staff for VStream are, you know, fucking.
New
They
at
know the
this.
VTuber culture. Some of them are VTubers themselves. They probably know of the VTuber blacklist. So, like, if it was, I would say it would be a completely different discussion if they completely banned you outright or completely blacklisted you from the site. But since it's just a 7-day ban, just say, oh, could have just been this, and, you know, stream as normal.
Yeah,
Just
so
don't,
also
just
as long
don't
as
go
they're still
saying
in your
funny gamer.
chat, I would like to recommend, Melia, that you don't regress, because this has been a slight issue with you, where when something bad happens, you just say, fuck it, and go balls to the wall saying the worst stuff imaginable. You need to work on that a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
don't do that. Listen.
Also, one thing that I would also say to refrain from is when anything happens, maybe don't take a screenshot and share with everyone on your friends list.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't want you or like I don't want you to get in more trouble, and I don't want any collateral damage from someone else making an outrage about it.
Yeah. And for Cerno talking about how reports and bad, when it comes to reports, what do you want them to do? Ban the person that made the bad report? The problem with banning somebody who made the report is it's really hard to tell unless you are the person reporting or the person being reported against that it's done in bad faith. Companies got to be like really careful just making a reactionary. Obviously, it's a bad faith report. I have to ban the person that did that. They're not going to do that. Just like they don't ban the people on YouTube when they make false copyright claims, even though that is legal. They're not going to take the action for that. It's on the impetus of the person who was affected, if they feel like they were legally hurt, to take that out on the person that hurt them. So there's not much that they can do as a company. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Go scorched earth.
Exactly.
Let's see. Back that I've been bad. Okay, well, with the thing with VStream, it's like there's still a, you know, a getting on their feet. They are trying to establish themselves as a streaming platform. With Twitch, it's hard. It's a little harder for them to, you know, monitor every single account, and a lot of people get away with a lot of shit.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, no, you guys could take this from me, because you can ask Lumi. When she brought up VStream, I did start like asking questions about it and mentioning some of the stuff that I considered like mini red flags. But at the same time, Twitch is massive. It's not that Twitch is more lenient than VStream. Twitch doesn't care. They don't know who Melia is. They don't know who I am. They don't know who Lumi is. And on Twitch, they don't even care about like 99% of their partners.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of hand it out willy-nilly according to like whatever their bots say. Until you are a legitimately large account, Twitch could care less. And even then, they don't seem to care what a lot of the large accounts think either.
And I will also say on the flip side, VStream is such a tiny new venture. They have to keep their noses cleaner than clean. They have to sanitize everything that they want on their platform. And yeah, that's going to mean that they're going to be a little more strict, but they want to survive. And when you want to when you're a new platform or a new product, it means that any resistance against you has to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, you're out of there. So
yeah, and it's like, unless you have like, you know, hick amount of money, you can't really get away with, you know, Ice Poseidon level bull.
No, yeah, exactly. Not only that, but like payment processors again there could be a whole conversation about this, but like payment processors are the biggest reason why people have to say, oh, that's too questionable. I'm just going to be reactionary, get rid of this and try and sort it out later so that I don't lose my payment processor. That is the biggest reason I feel like why V-Stream is going to be strict. Now, in the future, when they've got tons and tons of more creators, they're probably going to be less strict on things or not be able to monitor. But for
It's
right now,
eight. Currently, there are 11 people live on V. So
yeah, exactly.
they're small. They're starting out, but I see more people making accounts and some people, saying, "Hey, I'm gonna try this shit out." So until they can get their feet on the ground and until they're out of this open beta phase, it's gonna be harder to be like, edgy and shit.
It's an exclusive club, and you have to be willing to make sacrifices for it. And until the exclusive club is available to everybody, you have to make concessions. It's just what you have to do. We need a common carrier legislation. Well, you are preaching to the choir there. I am going to agree, and there does need to be common carrier, but you're not going to get it because the way the government is bought out by certain people, it's not.
We're getting fed now instead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fed now.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to people. I'm gonna have a Fed now card.
I probably
However, it's because people always get worried about, oh, you're gonna have Fed now for like all your sketchy purchases. No, I'm obviously not gonna buy the sketchy stuff with Fed now. It's gonna be like a business card.
Know. The government's gonna know all the sketchy stuff that you buy.
Yeah, like I think I'm gonna use Fed now. Probably how a lot of businesses will use Fed now. Is it just gonna be my business card?
Man, what do you mean I can't buy my black tar heroin with my Fed Now card?
Exactly.
Okay.
Like everyone thinks people are going to use it to buy weed and shit.
The first person to do that, I guarantee you, is going to be from Florida.
Oh, 100%.
Man arrested for using Fed Now bank account to buy illegal drugs. I thought I could get away with it.
Oh, there's going to be like a lot of
away with it.
felon arrested for using Fed Now to buy gun or something.
Dude, did you guys see?
Gosh.
Did you guys see the chick from California that fucking? What part of California is it? It's one of the rich areas of California.
You're gonna have to narrow that down a little bit.
Yeah, that's like 95% of California. Richer than me.
It's all rich and it's all poor at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Apparently in this place, you use your palm to pay for your shit.
But I've seen about that. They're just installing your card's chip under your skin.
Bay Area. Thank you, Shog.
I don't like that. Chat, there's a lot of things I will try. Like the Google Glass thing, that's kind of cool. I will have things that can be removed from my body with little to no restriction, but I will not put something on my skin, all right? I will be one of the last people to have a cyberpunk era augment on my body. Okay?
I don't know. As soon as they have something like mantis blades or gorilla arms, I'm gonna immediately...
Oh,
look, bro, if they come out with mantis blades, I don't care if they track every step I take. I'm putting them on.
I mean, it would keep you safe. I just imagine a femboy running around with mantis blades. That'd be a terrifying new horror anime.
Yeah. Look, I prefer the gorilla arms, like the look of them. So I would like that. However, the mantis blades are really cool because my arms open up.
Yeah. Just imagine getting like a corn chip stuck and you can't close your arm all the way.
Oh my gosh.
Like, obviously, I won't be one of the first adopters, but once they like work out some of the kinks, I'm gonna have mantis blades for sure.
No, you'd never be one of the first adopters of new technology. No, I know somebody.
Because then it would stab yourself. It's like
I know. Yeah, I know some people that are playing around with the new electric fans at Amazon, and they tell me they have to be very careful because the first generation ones break down a lot, and the second generation ones that were made are a little bit better. But you can't have the door open because sometimes I see Amazon people in the Mercedes vehicles or those trucks. They keep the doors open. You can't do that with the electric fan. They told me the reason why is because if they keep the door open, the dust will get inside the components of the system and destroy the vehicle. And I was told that those electric vans are $120,000. I don't know if that's true, but they claimed it was over $100,000 for one of those electric vans. So everything has to be done immaculately to keep those things going.
All right. Let me get us onto a topic.
Okay.
All right, my first topic will be Kevin made a new asset.
Yeah.
You know, because sussy funny little buzzer, it got, you know, hated and he
I
was
remember
harassed to
this.
take it down.
For
And
those
so
that don't know, did you want to talk about who Kevin is real quickly?
all right, Kevin here is a live 2D artist and bone wizard.
It's one way of
He
saying it.
he has done the art and rigging of a lot of very popular VTubers, including Silverveil, Iron Mouse, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But he also makes weekly assets for people to download on his Patreon. And one of the assets that he did was the funny little lolly buzzer. And he had to take it down because people were harassing him about it. But now the funny little sussy lolly buzzer is behind his 65
To 65, I think.
$65 tier.
That's crazy.
Fucking.
And you got it before it was.
Yes, I got it before he locked it behind the paywall. So I still have the files.
There you go.
Base.
I just gotta wait for my lolly models. So it's the funny little hands is on this one.
Oh,
But I also
man.
do have his kaboom one as well.
That's
And
right.
now
He made a grenade one, yeah.
Yep. Made this grenade one, and it looks fun. But people are bitching about this one, mostly because the shirt that the Marin model is wearing, it says 9,000 years old. Well, 9 years old with 3 zeros written after it.
Oh my gosh, that's
to say
funny.
9,000.
It's very funny.
I love it.
I know what he knows what he's doing, and that's why it's so hilarious. Like chat, this 2D art, I have seen this guy do some very sussy stuff that I will gladly use as soon as I have the opportunity. This is stuff that only 2D models can use. I feel very like isolated as a 3D VTuber here, but like he does a lot of quality stuff that I want to take advantage of, and people are upset because he uses number one. The hate behind him using Marin is funny because isn't Marin like a teenager?
Yes.
She's 15 in My Dress Darling.
Yeah, so she there's outrage over that. It's like it's not real, so I don't care. But like he just knows how to farm the outrage on it and get people that are actually genuine at the same time. It's actually really funny. Makes me want to support him even more.
Well, I've told this to people before, but because everybody was like, "Oh, he's always just been like this rage bait artist." Like, no, he wasn't. He wasn't. Really didn't start doing like heavy rage bait until people got mad at him for making a Marin model at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they kept trying to pull this whole, "You can't do that. That's copywritten." Like, I think it's because he was like selling it technically on Patreon for like $10 or something small.
Quote unquote
No,
selling it.
the Marin model is behind the $65 tier, but you can edit every single part of the model because
Yeah.
he has different hairstyles, ears, change the colors of everything, and you have access to every single layer for the PSD.
Makes sense.
See, that can be legally dubious, can be, but I don't think like it. They probably the people that made the anime probably don't care unless like.
Okay,
like,
I can show you. I can show you the lolly buzzer. Hold on, let me.
But yeah, it's one of those things
pull
like,
it up.
yeah, that's technically probably against the rules, but the average person does not care.
No.
Like I've had to explain to people before, fan art is technically against like copyright rules, especially in Japan.
This is the funny little lolly buzzer. I pulled it up on my screen.
It doesn't
I
work.
can see-
And for those that need more context, the lolly buzzer, it's literally a rape whistle.
Yep.
It's literally just a whistle. It's carried by, is it just in Japan that this whistle is kind of around? Because I don't think I've ever seen this whistle anywhere other than just this. Because it comes from the Lolly God Requiem, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You usually give it to school children because you know how children are able to, use train, go to school on their
Yeah.
own because all that,
Japanese
and
kids
it's
are way more
for
independent than American kids. I'm gonna be real.
yes. Fuck the.
But no, this is just a buzzer that some people give to kids. But here's the thing that's funny. A lot of people were whining about this. The country that uses this whistle has some of the lowest crime rates for that particular sector in the world. It's like so low. And I think part of the reason why it's so low is because of the whistle. I feel like the whistle's helping out here. So it must be doing something right. I don't know.
But I've had to kind of explain this to people before. Like the idea that they have this is not inherently a bad thing
No.
because it's just it's preventative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
They're
a
just
firearm.
Yeah, it's like if you saw somebody had a fire extinguisher in their house and they're like, "Oh, your houses must be made really crappily if they're catching on fire all the time." It's like they're not catching on fire all the time. It's in case it does happen because we want to be
Exactly.
prepared.
Yeah, the buzzer's actually for all women and not just kids. Well, there you go. I learned something new today. It's for everybody.
It
Hey,
is.
man.
It's just
Men should
typically
carry
more
one
popular
too.
with kids.
Men should carry one too
Mm.
for all of those hot MILFs that try and take them home. Help!
I also have
She's
the
trying to
clicking sound for
kidnap me!
phones, panty protection for upskirts, and even women's cars. Yeah. Dude, did you see the fucking asshole on Kick who went into the women-only car on
Yes.
the train?
That is
Fucking
another like Somali like dude.
yeah.
Oh no,
the
the
that
one
guy
that
has
always gets me is you mentioned it a minute ago, the laws against like the shutter law, right? So in
Mhm.
Japan, if you use your camera on your phone, you have to have the shutter turned on so people can hear that
Yes.
you took a picture. And
Yes.
people are like, "Wow, that must really suck that you have that many people doing creep shots." It's like just look on Twitter. People are doing creep shots in every country. The difference is Japan is
Mhm.
the only one that has a law that tries to prevent it.
Yeah.
And again, their laws, I mean, some of their laws may not make a lot of sense, but they are one of the safer countries to live in. I
Yeah.
don't know, man. I don't know. They have some weird laws, but at least people aren't like breaking down their society for the most part.
It's weird laws, but they work.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just the reality to it.
And talking about that guy on the women's only train, he is, from what I understand, he's a guy from Australia, has very extreme autism and should not be on the internet. So
Yeah,
that
that sounds about
person
right.
is like a Christian tier, should not be on the internet, needs to be under strict supervision, and he's like homeless. Like his parents kicked him out when he was like a teenager. So he has not been properly raised. So the reason
So
why
exactly
he's
like Christian.
yeah, the reason why he is the way he is because his parents kicked him out and refused to raise him because of how hard he was to raise. And it's kind of sad, but that is why he is a menace to society because he doesn't know how to act. Like I saw a clip where somebody took his phone away and he broke down, screaming, "I have autism! Give me my phone back!"
That sounds rough.
And people are fucking.
Yeah.
Person took a screenshot of Kevin's made because too much of a fucking coward to actually quote retweet it, saying, "LOL, this MF said, oops, offended people that don't approve of R-word jokes and pedophilia. Let me make a grenade asset since wars all over everyone's timeline. That'll get them." It's like, dude,
I'm gonna say
war
that's badly
has been
timed.
one, probably badly timed, but two, war goes on every single day, fucking everywhere. Just the Western media doesn't cover it because they don't give a shit unless the fucking pocketbooks of the Oval Office and other politicians start crying.
All right, calm down, Lumi.
She's not entirely wrong, but calm down here.
Yeah, but like don't be stingy. Anyway.
No, yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I think it's just, is it badly timed? A little bit, yeah. I don't know why he decided to post it right at that moment, but like, you know, come on, guys, lighten up. I'm sure it's like here's the thing, and this is the only thing I'll say about it. The war, the current in the news thing that's going on right now really should just be kept where it is, and I really feel like we should not be as hardly focused on it as we should. We have a lot more problems that we need to focus on ourselves with. That needs to be
Mhm.
something like it's not something that you should all be as focused on. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That's as harshly political as I'm gonna get, but like it's that is not our focus. Should not be our focus right now. We should pray for people to not die, but we should not be as harshly focused on it as we are. So
All right, let's
you
see
know,
what I got.
Honestly, because you say sort of badly timed, I would almost say it was intentionally just to keep the rage bait going.
it
But
might
on
have
the other
been.
hand, I also recognize that because all he did was he repurposed the child whistle. Is I can't see what else he would have turned that into.
No,
Mhm.
I agree.
Because it just works with the grenade because it's just pulling the pin instead of pulling out the little tag on the buzzer. So
Yeah.
I honestly think it's probably the only thing he thought he could make with it.
Yeah. Full string doll.
That
That would
works
just be
too.
weird though. Like who would use that?
Listen, if it was Woody, I would totally use it. Woody's my favorite.
I
Uh,
just there's so much more you could do with that.
But yeah. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like he did something like that already. He might
One of
have.
those
I
pull
don't know.
string party poppers? Yeah, maybe.
May or like a doll or something. I don't know.
He would have to like really change up the asset though because of how those
yeah.
work. Like with
Maybe.
this one he really can just make it to like where it looks like it pulls a little bit.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know.
Next quick subject. I am so fucking happy because one of my favorite games that originally was getting a remake is no longer going to be a remake. It's going to be a proper remaster without any changes to the script or original scenario. Lollipop Chainsaw is going to be the exact same, just with better graphics.
Oh,
So
congratulations.
I am
Now we're
so
just
fucking happy.
now we're just waiting to
I'm
see if the achievements remain untouched and you get an achievement for looking up her skirt.
Oh, you know that they're not going to get rid of it because they're doing everything to fight against censorship. They're going to keep the original, like, not safe for work outfits and everything, at least the unlicensed. But to
Nice.
make up for the licensed ones that they couldn't get renewed, they are making new outfits.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was the one thing they had to clarify was people were like, was anything going to be removed? And they're like, well, technically the licensed outfits, but we literally can't control that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the licenses ran out. Like, when did Lollipop Chainsaw come out? Like 15 years ago?
A long time ago.
Yeah, like the licenses are long expired.
Yeah.
The
Congratulations.
Lollipop
And I think they're
Chainsaw
trying to, like, obviously not the devs,
2012.
but whoever is commissioning the devs obviously just kind of wants a quick payday. So they don't want to pay extra for, like, re upping the licenses or anything.
No.
They're probably,
I
like, upset that they have to pay the devs at all. They're like, oh, we have to give these people money. What the crap?
I have to
I,
pay
I
you. I
just
just want profit.
I just really hope that Shawnee Smith will come back to because she is my favorite boss in the entire game. Fucking.
Is
I'll
it Tara
send.
Strong Lollipop?
Not anymore.
She's Juliet, I believe.
God, I hope she's not this time. I hope they recast her.
Well, I mean, she's kind of being hard canceled by the world right now, so maybe she will be.
Yeah, she kind of bit herself that one.
A little bit, yeah.
Chad agrees with you. They love Mariska.
I
See,
think that people...
I love my stinky hippie zombie lady. She's fucking great. I love her so much.
Has Tara Strong really been able to get much work ever since the Uber driver incident?
Uber driver incident. I don't remember
Uber
this.
driver incident? What?
Did you guys not know about the Uber driver incident?
Maybe
No!
not.
What Uber
Question
driver
mark?
incident?
So it was not the last election cycle, but the election cycle before that. Tara Strong got in an Uber with like some Indian dude, and she decided it would be a fantastic idea to ask him about his politics.
Oh no.
Or it was either that or she was talking with her friend in the back seat about how much they hated Trump. Turns out the Uber driver likes him. So she, in her brilliant wisdom as an actress, decided she was going to film herself yelling like racial epitaphs at this Indian Uber driver for supporting Trump, and had like
Wow.
fantastic lines like "You need to get out of here and go to your country," and
What?
she filmed it and posted it on YouTube. It's
Okay,
like,
that sounds like a
self-report?
redneck telling a Mexican to go back to Mexico. What?
yeah, she
It sounds like a self-report here, ma'am.
yeah, she ever since that she never apologized. She apparently got the guy fired because I guess Uber has like rules against their drivers talking about politics or something. I don't know. He got fired
Even when
from Uber.
asked about it? What the fuck?
But she just yeah,
Tara Strong, more like Tara Strong Borders.
Oh man.
that was one of the quotes that people said a lot.
That's fucking funny.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
It goes
It's
back
one of
to what
those
I'm
things, chat, that completely ignoring the politics of it, it's just hilarious that she did this and thought this was a fantastic idea given her own like political leanings.
fucking.
Wow.
She's
Yeah,
a very smart woman.
It goes back to what I don't think that famous people should comment on politics. Like if you are a Hollywood superstar, never talk about politics. All right? You may have people like, "Oh, what's your view on this?" Don't talk about it. Do you want to know why? You're going to divide the people that like you. Just stay in the center. Say, "I have no comment on this. Whatever's going on, it sucks. Hopefully people get out all right and everybody's okay, but I have no comment."
My
I have no
comment is I
comment.
hope everybody is happy at the end of this.
Exactly. My comment is hopefully everybody gets the outcome that is benefited and giving to them, because everybody deserves that. But otherwise, it's just like, don't comment on politics. It's just going to, like, literally right now, so many people are like deciding to put their hat in the ring that they don't even have. Like, nobody is educated enough to actually put a good hat in the ring on this. And it's just like, just shut up. Just shut up. You don't know anything about what you're talking about.
It's like there's this one dude on TikTok that he made a really fucking good point where people are like, "Oh, you have a large following. Why don't you comment on this?" And he literally says, "I don't know enough about the situation to comment on it, so I'm not gonna say shit about it."
Yeah, like literally, chat. I will never like. There are things that I just won't talk about because it's just like I don't know enough. The war that's going on right now, I don't know enough. My only knowledge and extent of everything that's going on is what I read in the Bible. That's it. I don't know enough. I don't know enough to actually give you a good take, so I'm not gonna. And even if I did, I'm not a political person. You're gonna have to go to Hassan for that one.
This is not a political stream, chat. We are very apolitical people, as far as any of you are concerned.
Exactly. We don't talk politics. We just laugh at it.
Exactly.
All right, one more quick topic from me before I hand it back off to Akko and before I go into the long one after she's done. For Halo Infinite, you can now give rim jobs to people.
I saw that. Not people, but cars.
I genuinely don't know what we're talking about.
Flat tire, no problem. Rim jobs are coming to Halo Infinite.
You want to rim job your car? You can. Just throw.
You want to rim job me too?
I'm good. I prefer giving more than receiving.
Oh my
Fair
goodness.
enough. But yeah,
Oh,
everyone is just like, what? What job? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
I swear, they worded it like that on purpose. Just because they'll get a lot of... 11.9 million. Probably just because of the wording alone.
But it's probably 100% intentional.
Mm-hmm.
I love that though.
I do too. That's funny.
Oh.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. Do you want to talk about pro shipping apologists or
Yes.
gatekeeping in the VTuber sphere?
I love both.
I know this is why I give you the choice. I want you guys to choose.
Oh
I
man,
think
mm,
do
because
both.
it
Do
yeah, do both
Both of
because
them
I
could
have
take half an hour though.
that's fine. It's like as a pro shipper, I have stance on things.
Okay. Okay, we'll
But
talk
also
about
gatekeeping is one of my favorite things to talk about too.
we'll talk
And
about
we are a VTuber podcast, so
we'll talk about pro shipping and pro shipping apologists. So I saw this and I
Do you
talked
have
about
a tweet?
yeah, it's in my topics. It's the
Okay.
second one. Yeah, it's the big long one with the yellow highlighted text.
Okay.
So I talked about this already like last week to my fans, but I wanted to talk to you guys and see what you thought about it. Basically, this whole tweet chain is about a girl or a boy. It doesn't really mention who that was given a lot of shit for a unknown pro ship that they had, and basically how they're like, I learned from my mistake. Stop harassing me, and you should harass pro shippers. Basically, is what they went through here. Would you like to read through it? It's very very bad English.
Yeah. I can
Okay.
read. The screenshot.
Yes, the one that starts with, I really don't care what y'all have to say.
All right. I don't care what y'all have to say. Pro shipping is harmful. Fiction does affect reality. No, it doesn't. And you're dumb as hell if you actually believe it doesn't, because it doesn't. Leave me the hell alone and stop dogpiling people who don't want to associate with you. Freaks have a horrible one. Fuck you. As someone who has been manipulated into shipping a pro ship, and I hate every one of y'all, and I want you to stay away from me. I will make your life hell if you're an adult, and if you're young, I will do anything I can to make you see sense, but if you don't, do not interact, pussy. Talking about and would go over the BS reasons why I should continue shipping it. And I listened because they were my friend. Their reasons made sense at the time, and I was being harassed, which I deserve, but ultimately led me to listening to them more because they comforted me. This seems like a lot of things are missing from. Yeah, these are separate. This person sucks.
Let me ask you.
No, this is all the same person.
How old do you think this person is?
This person talks like a fucking 13.
Yeah, when I read this, I was like, there's no way this person is an adult.
But also, like, 7 hours, 15 hours, 10 hours, 10 hours, 10 hours. It's like they could have at least separated these posts. I have since apologized to the people I hurt during that era and lost contact with that person that manipulated me. I hope you freaks know that while I shipping that ship was still vehemently against pro shipping. Thought my ship was safe, so fuck pro shipping, y'all. Fuck out my mentions. I've changed for the better. Oh my fucking god. Okay, one. Fiction does not affect reality. You fucking dumb fucks. Oh my fucking god. If fiction affected reality, GTA wouldn't be a fucking thing.
No, yeah.
All these horror games, FPS games, all of these violent video games would not be a thing and to be able to be sold to anybody. Honestly, if fiction affected reality. I have been in fandom since I was like 12. Maybe a little younger.
I'm sorry.
I had unrestricted internet access because my mom didn't pay attention to me. Anyways. Pro shipping is not 100% it's being okay with what people ship and you don't harass them about it. There was a saying back, I think during the early 2010s, where it was ship and let ship. If you don't like it, you ignore it, you block it, you don't say anything, you don't engage. Why can't people do that now? Why does it have to be a harassment campaign if someone likes something that you do not like?
See, I was trying to figure out who they were, because, like, It feels like this is a Genshin person because the Genshin people are really fucking messed up when it comes to talking about this kind of stuff. And
It's Genshin.
it has to be Genshin.
It
Literally
is.
has to be. There's
Look at
no
the
other
other
fandom.
look at the other parts of the thread. It's Genshin characters.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
It's just holy crap. Like I read the entire time I was reading this, I was like, it sounds like you were this person was gaslit and lied to, and
What the fuck?
it's just there's so much like pain here. It's just like who lied to what, like the people that like can't be okay with you. Like I don't understand why people can't be okay with fictional stuff like this. Like I understand that there's some things that people can see as problematic. That's fine. There are a lot of weird things that I see that's like, okay, that doesn't really jive with me or what I enjoy or what I believe in. But I don't have to look at it and I don't have to appreciate it. And guess what? There's a mute or block button, bro.
I scrolled down more in the replies, and the poster said, "Oh, I forgot. Can't forget the friend group of 25-year-old aunties trying to cure a 12-year-old from pro shipping."
So what's a 12-year-old?
This is a different set of posts further
okay.
down. 25-year-olds are trying to talk to a 12-year-old. That's already fucking.
That is already no.
It's like minors are going to ship weird ass fucking things.
Exactly.
As somebody who was once a child.
Exactly.
I had weird ships back in the day. I didn't know that the term shipping was a thing, but I always thought, oh, two characters would be cute together. Like, for example, the first fictional character that I had a conscious crush on that got me into villains was Darkheart from Care Bears. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. That ginger shape-shifting fuck awakened a lot of things in me. He's just shapeshifter. Right yes, judge me. I don't care. I like that ginger little fuck. It's fine. Darkheart was my villain awakening hour. Shut up.
Listen, I had a brother. He liked Lara Croft. He liked the 80s Wonder Woman female actor. I can't remember her name. And he liked her. So he used to ship himself with them. And it's just like, they're kids. They're going to be silly. They're going to be stupid. You have to let
silly.
No, that's not so. That's just being
shipping yourself with Lara Croft is so. What are you talking about?
Self-shipping is so fucking popular.
Look at me over here talking about wanting to bone a Care Bear, and you're like, yeah, you know, I have some silly stories too about wanting to bone Lara Croft.
Dude, Darkheart was not a Care Bear. He was like a demon thing that could shapeshift into a human and then like a fucking dragon and then like a smoke monster. He wasn't a Care Bear. He was a villain that wanted to kill the Care Bears. Shut up.
Deep lore. Holy cow.
He wasn't a Care Bear. He was some ginger kid that could turn into a dragon and a smoke monster.
Look, it's okay if you love your Care Bears. We're judging you, but only from a distance.
You voluntarily wanted to make this podcast.
I'm not sick. I like judging you. It makes the podcast more fun for me.
Good.
Oh, goodness. Now we have to make fun of each other. That way people know that we're justified to make fun of them.
But I think things like this, it's why I'm behind the whole charging $1 a year to keep kids out of Twitter.
I agree. When I saw that Twitter was messing around with the idea of $1 a year, I think it should be $5 to $10 to make a registration, and that's it. Like pay 10.
Only if they stop banning me.
No, so you guys know Something Awful, right? Or you've at least heard of it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so Something Awful has a $10 registration fee. So that keeps out a lot of ick because that keeps out kids and that keeps out the people that would just complain about everything. Because I am sorry, everyone. I understand that having free things is fun. It is not practical for a business to just give you everything for free. And because that is the case, if something costs money, you are going to get better quality out of the product than just having it as a free thing. I know saying that about Twitter is kind of funny and weird, but I'm being serious. Charging like $5 or $10 to register to a platform makes it an inherently better platform.
I definitely
Yeah.
think people's main issue with platforms like Twitter, like charging to use it, is much less them charging and the fact that they can ban. They even have it on their TOs. They can just ban you whenever, and they don't have to give you anything back.
Yeah, and that is the one thing where it's just like, listen, if I'm gonna be paying you, it
You're
should be
now
a little bit
beholden to
different.
me to some level.
You know,
Like you
Pillowfort does
can't
that.
just you can't start charging people and then also have the same willy-nilly ban, suspend, do whatever you want that you used to do.
You know, no, I agree. I agree. It's just, again, I feel like it's a good idea. At least a few dollars, like $5 to register your account. You know how many kids are gonna stop using Twitter because they can't afford that? So many. That would be amazing. It's
Get
funny
rid of all the
because
children.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Fuck them kids.
I had
Fuck
a
them.
I know somebody who was like, "Oh, this idea of charging to use the platform is a bad idea." And I was like, "But it would keep all the kids out." And they're like, "Holy shit, I'm on board with this." They're like, "I stand Elon Musk now."
It's like, it's hard for people to keep kids out of their spaces because no website is ever going to have an ID verification because privacy and everything.
Your credit card is ID verification enough, in my opinion. You don't need my ID.
Yeah.
You can talk to my
It-
bank. My bank knows who I am. That's good enough for you.
And it's like, okay, if you have a Facebook account or had a Facebook at any point, do you know how often Facebook sells all of your data?
Too
Yeah,
much.
It's like this is coming from like the beginning.
like, Cerno, I understand that there's like a quote unquote privacy issue. Nobody's life on the internet is private anymore. All right, we're past the point in saying it's a problem that Elon Musk wants to do what everybody has done. He's doing what everybody else has done. All right, I'm not going to disagree with you. He's probably going to do it. You don't have room to complain because you've already signed up for so many other services. All right, you can only complain if you have signed up under every single service with fake information like if you have a different email for every service you use, if you have a different password or different information, then you can complain. You cannot complain right now because you already have done it in the past. You just can't complain anymore. I'm sorry.
I mean, we just learned that Crunchyroll is selling all of their users' data.
Everybody's data has been sold at some point. Everybody's data. Everybody's.
Yeah.
All right? That's
like-
why you take precautionary steps. Use a password manager. Use a different encrypted password for everything. Use a different email for every service if you want to, but don't get upset that he's just following what everybody else is doing.
I mean, it's like, okay. Honestly, it's the moment that you're born is when your privacy is already gone. Because I remember in the past when I was, I think I was like 7, 8 years old when I got a piece of mail when I got a letter in the mail and it said, "Hey, you're pre-qualified for a credit card." And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm 7!
Yeah, you want to know what's funny, chat? My old name that I haven't had, because when I was adopted by my now dad, my name got changed. Guess what? I still get credit card offers under my old name, and I haven't used that name in over 5 or 6 years. All right? I understand that there is a level of privacy that people want to maintain. I get it. I am honestly making steps to make my life more private right now. But it is really hard for me to feel sympathy for people when so many people on the internet already don't care or just again, if you want your information to be private, stop using the internet. Get the fuck off the internet. If you are unwilling to deal with the fact that one day your information is going to be taken by somebody, doesn't matter if it's Musk, doesn't matter if it's Facebook, doesn't matter if it's YouTube. If you're unwilling, get the fuck off of the internet because you're going to lose it anyway. You're either going to lose it to the one billionaire or another. So get used to it. Get used to it. Complain if you want, but get fucking used to it.
You feeling
Yeah,
good?
and
Glad to get that in your system.
Yes, I've wanted to say that for a while.
and Azuhara, I think I'm pronouncing your name. But yeah, I'm just I can sympathize with that because my granddad, who passed away in 2007, my granny still gets letters and stuff to for like, you know, credit card offers or different things. And like he's been dead since 2007 or was it 2006?
Sounds
It's
like
been
the
a
lead
long
into a
ass fucking
NordVPN
time.
ad.
We would love
I
to be
have-
sponsored by them.
I
One
have
day.
Surfshark.
I don't use
So-
a VPN.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys my idea. So if I ever got a NordVPN ad, I would hope it would be one of those that like you only get money if you get a certain number of signups. And my ad would be a stream of me using NordVPN to make multiple alternate accounts so I could do all the signups myself. And I would be like, and this is what you can do with NordVPN. You can complete their own ad read by yourself by changing countries using NordVPN.
That's awesome. You know what? That's awesome. I think people need to be more like that, where they're just they do crazy weird stuff like that. I think you should do that. That's awesome.
I would love it if
If-
they'd let
if
me do
I-
that. I think it'd be funny.
If I ever get a VPN sponsor, I'm gonna re-download Tor. Like, hey, look what I could do.
There you go. Or do that
Oh, it's
silly
been-
little thing where it's just like, here's how you download and use Tor.
Dude, it's been a fucking minute since I've used Tor. I think the last time I used it was when the original Silk Road was still up.
Mm-hmm. No, but and I don't think my view is defeatist because honestly, my view is literally just accept the fact that fucked up shit has already happened and move on and find ways around just working around it. All right? Again, you don't have to accept the fact that Twitter is changing because the new guy wants to make it profitable for himself. If you don't like it, then move on. I've said this to multiple people. Don't like it, then move on.
Yeah, well,
You're
I think
not getting the old Twitter back.
to
Also
make your
with-
point a bit more succinct, it's not defeatist to be a realist and know that everybody already has your data. That doesn't defeatism is everybody already has your data, so just give it to anyone who asks for it.
No, I'm not saying that at
Realism
all.
is all these people already have your data. You can still protect it, like from other new people, but trying to pretend like you're already perfectly safe is kind of just being ignorant.
Exactly. And I will say this, chat. You don't have to give him your information to pay him. All right. There are services out there where you can create fake credit cards. Like I can't think of a service right now. Plus, I don't want to give people free coverage if they're not paying me. But there are literally services out there that you can use that make fake credit cards that you can put your real credit card information on. And that fake credit card is the information that goes to the company that you're paying. So if you don't want your information out there, try something like that. All right?
Like a Google phone number, but for your card.
Exactly. You don't want your real phone number getting out there? Make a pseudo account with my pseudo. Sorry, I did just end up giving them free coverage. But there's ways to protect yourself. I'm not saying just move on. I'm saying be smarter. All right? I see a lot of people, all right? A lot of people are going to be upset at me for this. I see a lot of people whining and bitching and moaning about all of these changes at Twitter. Find solutions. Stop sitting and whining all day. All right? You look like a bitch just sitting there and whining about it all day. Make solutions. My mother, you know what my mother used to say to me? Here's what my mother used to say to me. Whenever I would come to her about a problem, like, Mom, the vacuum isn't working, or Mom, I can't do this or that. You know what she told me? Well, my boss told me that whenever I had a problem to fix it, not come to him asking for help. All right? Find solutions to the problems that you have. Guess what? I can guarantee you The problems that you're telling me right now, there's a solution for it that you just haven't thought of. I guarantee it. So stop complaining that Musk is changing all these things. Find solutions around it. Period. End of discussion. Stop whining about it. Otherwise, I'm going to make fun of you. Like I am right now.
Akko.
Yeah.
If I could, I would give you a platonic homie kiss on the mouth. You're fucking great. I adore you.
Listen,
I would give you a completely homosexual kiss on the mouth.
I am done with listening to people, like, legitimately. One of the things that just gets me, that pisses me off to no end, and maybe this is my rant against ranting, but still, I am sick and tired of people just sitting around and saying to themselves, oh my gosh, life sucks. X person ruined this for me. And it's just like, what are you doing to improve the situation? Nothing? Okay, you're a bitch. You're a bitch. I'm sorry. I can't say it any louder than I already am, that I want to, but you're a bitch. Find solutions. Stop complaining about them.
I have a feeling this rant is also an extension of a topic that you've really been wanting to talk about for a while.
Yes. Sorry for yelling at you, but like,
you're okay.
New Zealand and other countries that don't allow lolly could use that info. Then use fake info. Again, Mizu literally just said that they don't use their real information. They make up information. There's a really good YouTuber that scam baits that talks again about a product that allows you to create fake information. All right, for these businesses, you know, if it's the government, that's one thing. But for these businesses that really don't need to know who you are, make fake information. All right? Make fake information.
Yeah, stop giving them your stuff, bro.
Exactly. Stop giving people your stuff.
There isn't a single website that has my real birth date on it, and there isn't a single website that has the same birthday on it for me.
Exactly. My real birthday, the one that's actually mine, nobody has that. You know what they have? Akko's birthday. Sorry for revealing this now, but my real birthday is not Akko's birthday. It's just the birthday that you all celebrate. Reason why I do that is so that people can't have that information. Because again, going back to the whole doxing thing earlier, if you guys don't want to dox yourself, find ways to get around it. Use VPNs, use all of this information. Again, I am giving you the keys to a private life. There's some people, some famous people that could go years and years and years without being doxed. It's because they're smart. Why aren't you being smart? Just because you complain.
Like, out of all of the VTubers fucking posted their selfies, it's like, at least, what the fuck this chick's name is, but at least she uses like super heavy Snapchat filters on her face, so it's distorted as fuck.
It's still, when it comes to Snapchat filters, there are ways to reverse those, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So, you can't use fake money? Yes, you can. It's called Bitcoin. You learn how to use it. You don't want to use your real you don't want to use your real fucking currency. Use Bitcoin. It still works.
That's crypto.
Yeah,
people don't like crypto.
Then sit and spin. All right. The last thing I'm
Wait,
say.
Just use cash. Like there are plenty of places that
still
take
use cash.
Exactly. This will be the last thing I say on it, because again, I could go on for hours, but literally. The people that I see complaining about it, this is for you, all right? This is for you. Stop bitching and whining about Musk changing your platform and find ways to get around it. I guarantee to you, there is a solution for every single problem that you bring up. So stop whining, because you just look insufferable. And nobody wants to be around you.
Or you could go to Blue Sky.
Exactly. Go to Blue Sky. I just got an account on Blue Sky.
Go to alternatives.
Go to alternatives. If you are so upset with the fact that your platform's been ruined, go to alternatives. There are alternatives for you out there. All right. I know that Musk doesn't make all of the best choices, but there are alternatives for people like you that can't handle the fact that the world has to turn and that sometimes you have to make compromises and change up things. I'm sorry, but actually, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry that I have to be the adult that has to explain this to you other adults. I'm not sorry. Get over it. All right, I'm done.
You know, I think for when you get back from your vacation, we should just have a section for you to rant about that topic you've been about.
If you want, sure.
Hey, I will join you on that topic because I got words about it too.
No, yeah, I'm very passionate about, because again, I see people complain all the time. Okay, I won't name names because there's enough respect I have for people that I don't even like that I will not mention their names because I want them to have a good life. Despite the fact that they have either wronged me or have said something wrong, I want them to have a good life. So I will never like identify these people because, you know, I believe in privacy and I believe in people being allowed to have their own stupid shitty takes, but I'll still make fun of them. I'll still make fun of you.
Yeah.
All right? If you're one of those people and you know who you are, just know, I hope you have a good life, but I still think your takes are shit. And I still think you're funny for complaining about it all day. That's it. Sorry. Not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm done being sorry. Done being sorry. Anyway, going back to the pro shipping stuff, because I think we were talking about that briefly.
Yes.
Non-real things do not affect reality. Okay. You can pro ship whatever you want as long as you're not a psychopath. And that should be the end of it.
Hi, Mary. Yeah, fiction does not affect reality. And if it does, you need to go see a doctor about that.
Exactly.
You might be seeing some things.
Need a Discord invite?
Really,
I will. Do you want to do it?
I already pressed the invite button. I shall post that.
Okay.
In chat.
I need to add it for our weekly thing to my my little rotation.
It's on my podcast. So, by the way, a little bit of a shill here. Chad, if you want a backlog of the podcast, Mizu uploads the podcast to you upload
Spotify.
it to Spotify. Mizu uploads it to Spotify. You are also welcome to look it up on my channel. All of the episodes are except for the first one, I think, is up on my channel, so you can watch all of them there. And it is a great backlog if you want a place to just listen to them. Also, you should subscribe to our channels as well, so that you can see when we upload stuff.
All right. So do you want to move on to your next thing with your gatekeeping?
Yes, we can move on to the gatekeeping here.
Hell yeah.
So this is the next screenshot, and this was posted by a British VTuber. All right, I'm gonna be based American and say I never agree with the British because I'm an American, but this time I will.
Don't agree with the British. Yeehaw, freedom.
Really quickly before I move on. Gwubby, who is another VTuber that we probably should bring on one day because they're really good, made this good point, and I agree with this point. Upset that their platform has been ruined, and talking about Twitter, the people who are upset that said platform has been ruined are probably the same people who ruined it first. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. The same people who are complaining now, I think they are the people that ruined it. I think they are.
100%.
When did D2 get up to 100 gigabytes? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So, this Taffy VTuber, they're a cool person. Probably should give... This tweet has 5.8 million views. They said, can we keep most Westerners, Americans, away from anime? Can we please gatekeep VTubing and anime because they ruin everything and try to add their degenerate hip-hop satanic culture into everything, and they barf their lunacy all over everything? I will say... Europe needs to be included into this because when we talk about the West, I am not just including America. I'm including America, Europe, and certain parts of non-Japanese cultures. Because for the most part, everybody outside of Japan tries to ruin Japan. That is just the truth. And
I mean, right now Japan is trying to ruin itself because they want BlackRock to invest in Japan, but that's a whole nother topic. I'm not.
Yeah, that's one.
Let's not derail things any further.
No, I that is a whole different topic, but yeah, hopefully that doesn't go anywhere because that would suck. But I do believe that VTubing needs gatekeepers. And a lot of people are going to be pissed off at me for that, but I wholeheartedly think that Western culture is trying to invade on something that it has nothing wrong with it. All right, there is nothing wrong with any aspects of VTubing right now, and nothing about it should be changed.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah, like just the one thing that I can see being changed for the positive is the idol culture when it comes to VTubing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also being treated the same way as Hollywood celebrity culture when it.
I would say with idol culture, it like what aspects of the idol culture really suck? Because there are some where it's just like overworking yourself. I don't believe in overworking yourself. I believe in being a super hard worker. Um, and I do know that some idol cultures in Japan and I know in Korea are very, very, very harsh on their talents. That probably does need some like adjusting to it. But like, I don't think like the very big guys, maybe at least with Hololive, I don't feel like it's that big of an issue. Like, I see what all of the Hololive people do, and they are all just fine. Like Mori is my favorite corpo VTuber. She is probably the best example of somebody who is a very hard worker but does not hurt herself because she produces music. Actually, I would say she overworks herself because not only does she produce content for her VTuber side, she still produces content on her personal side full time. Like, how the hell is she able to do that?
Yep.
I like there's fucking all right. Shog brings up a good point. Idol culture downsides parasocial to the point of getting involved in an idol's personal life, i.e., if someone is in a relationship that's not public and people having a meltdown over that. Because
That's
you know, if we look over to the good old 4chan, you can see people on boards talking about, hey, so how can I comment on this VTuber's post about being in a relationship without sounding rude? And shit like that.
yeah.
Or like,
See, the thing
it's
is,
like,
though, like, a lot of times people attribute that to idol culture, but I've seen that with just regular celebrities.
Yeah, that happens with
But it's just
everybody.
a lot of stuff that people seem to think is inherent to idol culture is just inherent to weirdos being a little too obsessed with somebody who literally doesn't know who they are and couldn't care less.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that is
yeah, but it's
everybody.
like, I don't know what the contracts for larger VTuber agencies are like, but I also don't watch a VTuber, so I don't know what people, if larger corpos are like, oh hey, hi guys, I love y'all, but also hey, look it, here's my boyfriend.
I don't think they talk about that period. Like I do know from the little bits that I do know of looking at the idol culture, they don't talk about personal ones. And I know that that is very intentional because if you talk about personal ones, it can lead to people feeling like disassociated with you because there is always in every lonely man slash female's mind that if they think you are single, there's a 0.1% chance that maybe, just maybe, and I know that sometimes, and I'm not going to say the whole lives does this because I don't know if this is intentional, but
Lumi, shake your head.
I know that a lot of these idol like cultures particularly bend into that because it's what gets the Sims to pay more.
Yeah,
That's
because
not
being single
necessarily
sells merch.
You're
yeah,
not moving, Lumi.
and that's not
I
necessarily
am.
morally correct. That's
Ah,
just what they lean into.
Now you're completely
And
frozen.
well, that's something on your end because I'm moving.
I mean, like, Chad, I'll be 100% honest right now. I'm still single. But, like, if I decided to get into a relationship, I'd probably mention something about that. But here's the thing I don't feel like people look at me, just as an example, as somebody to get with. I think people look at me as somebody who's to take care of them. It's kind of what I put myself up as. But, like, the way that with idol culture and all that kind of stuff, yeah, that definitely is something that could be improved upon. And I'm not going to say again that it's morally correct because it's definitely not morally correct to lie about your relationship status. Because that is something that is abused. That is abused by idols and their talent managers. So yeah, that does need to be changed. But like, it's kind of circling back to VTuber culture. I do agree to a larger extent that Western VTubers have tainted the waters a lot in terms of uh, VTubing as a culture. Like, I think it has helped a lot, but I also believe that a lot of VTubers in the Western spheres hurt VTubers as a whole.
It's like what when it comes to English VTubers is that they brought a lot of Western fandom ideology. You know, because fucking since the Tumblr mass exodus, people are trying to find things to cling to. And VTubers being people that you know, you can alive talk with them either on stream, on Twitter, or whatever, people will cling on to that because, you know, oh shit, this person is talking to me. Oh my god, they acknowledged me. Oh my god, they said my username on stream. Yeah. No, that's a whole other thing with neckbeards and incels and just, you know. Isn't there like a fucking VTuber iceberg and shit?
There might
Probably.
Or Western VTubers?
that might be something worth looking into.
A lot of VTubers in Western sphere are also activists pretending to be VTubers.
I wouldn't say a lot
Yeah.
of them, but I do think a decent a bit of them have their own agendas that they like to push, and I will agree. But I don't think it's. I would say I would be careful saying a lot because I almost feel like that's trying to say a majority. But I don't think that. I don't think a majority of VTubers are looking out to try and throw their own personal or political ideologies. I think a lot of them just see an easy way of getting clout without having to show their face. And because of that, a lot of them are going to try it.
Guessing top part of that Western VTuber iceberg is JoJo, the people that think basically invented VTubing.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Well, aren't they the
Probably.
ones that brought VTubing to the West and then
No.
fucking no? Who brought VTubing to the West?
That would still really be HoloLive.
Yeah, HoloLive was
HoloLive?
really.
HoloLive's
I would
Ian
give them.
branch.
All right. Again, I don't watch VTubers, so I don't know.
That's totally fine. No, HoloLive is definitely the trailblazers. That's why they're so big. They are the trailblazers in all of that. I would say that
I
the
see.
shoujo is really just one of the bigger influences. I wouldn't say they're the biggest in the Western sphere at all. I would say the HoloLive still has that, but they're one of the biggest influences in terms of Western culture with VTubing.
VShojo also ports a very different audience to HoloLive.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Even if they like to pretend they court the same audience, they really don't.
They really do not. Like, HoloLive is...
VShojo probably brought VTubing to... Yeah.
I would... Yeah, probably. Probably.
I mean, they took the 4chan girl, fucking, yeah, that's all I know.
Oh, Yanners was worse before... Yanners was different.
I would say Yanners is chilled out more. But that's just in a different...
Well, she chilled out
way.
after... She chilled out after she got popular, and then she threw her old fan base under the bus and calling them... If you could call that chilled out, then yeah, sure.
Well,
but she did that before VShojo.
Yeah, no.
Yanners is an auntie. Yeah, she is.
Is now. I don't know. That's a weird one, but like... I feel like... Yeah, VShojo is definitely courting not the kind of audience that HoloLive is or probably wants. Because, like, HoloLive is full of a bunch of people that are there to be entertained and to talk to idols. VShojo is not an idol group. They are a group of VTubers. Like, that don't really have... They really... I really couldn't assign a theme to them other than just the sloppy seconds of VTubing. Okay, listen. I'm sorry to say it, but that's how it feels. All right.
I said that last week.
Did you say that last week? Is that why
Yeah,
my brain thought of it?
Yeah, I said that V Shoujo takes the sloppy seconds from Nichi Sanji.
Well, okay, then I'm meaning it in a different way. What I mean is they are the second choice of VTubers because you've got the Hololive at the top. Maybe Ninja Sanji might be right below that. I don't know. I feel like Ninja is way less popular than it probably has been because of what's happened to them. But you've got Hololive at the top because they are the standard. The standard. And then you've got the social rejects at the right next to them that will do what they feel because it's what makes them comfortable. And it's fine to be either or. Just understand the audiences that you court as the ragtag group of people that just do whatever they want is going to be vastly different from the very tightly knit and controlled group of actual idols.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm calming down a bit.
Oh no, you're good. Because again, I don't know. I don't know shit about these.
No, you're fine.
All I know is what I hear from you guys, what I hear from Ant, and what I hear from fucking what's his name? The Bunny Man.
The Bunny
Benji.
Man. Oh, okay. No, yeah, but like, I do agree that there needs to like, and here's the question for you, chat, if you want to answer: how would you gatekeep VTubing as a thing? How would you keep people like? How would you keep people from getting into VTubing? Because I genuinely believe that you know the story: any man can cook. Not anybody can be a VTuber. Not this being a VTuber is something that is very rough, very hard, and if you're not willing to be the best, you should not be in the professional field. And I have said this, and a lot of people have gotten upset. A lot of people have gotten upset at me, and I don't understand why they get upset at me for me saying this. Just like any job, VTubing in a professional field is very competitive and very hard to maintain. All right. I have to keep myself on a very strict what can I be doing to improve? What content am I not doing or doing to improve? And if you're not willing to put up with that, get the fuck out of the professional scene and don't expect to go anywhere. And I don't know, some people are upset about that, but that's just the way it is. Just the way it is.
Anyone can be a VTuber as a hobby, and also
I agree.
I swear to fucking God, I'm sorry to say this, but if anyone tries to make a fucking VTuber union, fuck that. Fuck anyone who's gonna be a part of that.
VTuber
fuck
union.
you.
You're fired.
We had an entire fucking stream shit talking unions because unions are fucking retarded.
There will not be. Listen, do you want to know why there will never be a union? Because Hololive will not agree to it. All right.
Yeah.
All of the big boys will be like, nah, bro, we're not in for that. All right. Unions do not work for this kind of thing. All right. I am not willing to fight for something that. Here's the thing: if somebody creates a union of VTubing, who's it against? Yeah, who's it going to be against? The normies? That's dumb. That's dumb. Here's what's going to happen. If you create a union of VTubers, here's what's going to happen. It's going to get taken over by all the people that want to exploit it, and it's not going to be what it originally was anymore. No, we don't need a union. And again, when it comes to the solution of how do you gatekeep against this, you just need to be way more strict with who you like and who you pay attention to. And people need to clean their noses and not actually be dumbasses when it comes to trying to market themselves, you know?
And also, like, people need to start being a little more honest, and because, like, it comes with the same, it has the same vibe of wanting to get rid of bullying. Some people just need to be bullied.
No, I said
sorry.
that the other day.
It's like you can tell if someone has never been bullied in their life.
I can.
No, I said it the other day about like the whole Sparkle Dog thing. I forget who had said it, but I basically said that like there was no problem with like kids having those Mary Sue Sparkle Dog OCs like back in the old DeviantArt days. but that only really worked because people bullied them relentlessly. So eventually they realized they were dumb and they fixed themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But now that we can't bully people, they just grow up thinking they are the Sparkle Dog Mary Sue.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, I think bullying is a morally correct thing, just not to the point of the person being bullied wanting to commit Sudoku.
And since I'm on YouTube chat, let me reiterate. I think that by bullying, they mean harsh constructive criticism. Okay.
No, I mean bullying.
Okay. Listen, I'm trying to not make YouTube upset here, and you're making it rough for me. But what I'm trying to say is, I believe that bad ideas need to be criticized and maybe even made fun of a little bit, not to the point of actual real harassment here, because I don't believe in harassment. I believe in making fun of things that should be made fun of. And at the end of the day, when it's time to be serious, saying, okay, I made fun of you, but this is why it's actually a really, really, really stupid idea. Because there are people all the time, and I try to be very nice to people. It doesn't always work out. Some people take my very black and white autistic attitude for, I just hate them or I just want to criticize them. That's not the case, all right? And if you think that I'm trying to criticize you, that's not, or trying to hurt you, that's not the case. The thing is I'm making fun of you. And at the end of the day, if you're willing to be cool about it, I will actually try and help you. Not a lot of people seem to understand that.
It's just like, okay, for you guys in my chat, this is one of my favorite channels that talks about how people are really shit at writing. It's called Terrible Writing Advice.
Mm.
I highly suggest it, especially if you want to try to get into writing lore videos. Well, not videos, but writing lore for your VTuber. Because, oh boy, do you know how many fucking Mary Sues that I see for people?
Oh.
I am the goddess of everything.
I am the goddess of everything,
How
though.
many VTubers do I see that are Eldritch Demons or Eldritch Gods? It's like, literally, you wanna know what my lore is? I'm a normal ass bitch that works a business job in a video game company. The best part about that is that I work in a video game company. That's the most interesting thing there. There's some other bits and pieces of the lore that will be revealed in a book one day. But literally, not everybody has to be an Eldritch God, Demon God, King, Queen, Goddess thing. All right? You don't have to be. You can be a normal Joe. Guess what? Some normal Joes are interesting. The most recent Pokemon game showed us that. Literally, the owner of the normal gym is one of the most interesting guys ever.
Everybody loves Larry.
Exactly. Larry's amazing. And he has no big personality.
No, he hates everything.
Exactly. That's why I love him. It's just, why do people feel like everything has to be extravagant? Not everything has to be extravagant. Not everything has to be the biggest thing in the world. You can have a normal life with a normal story, okay? You know?
Yeah.
I think Gura's lore is as simple as she's just a shark. I think.
I am short.
It's
Shark. Exactly.
It's like, I know when I first made Lumi as original character, she's a sea bunny farmer. She just takes care of sea bunnies. But now I'm kind of altering it a bit because now she's an anglerfish.
She's the god of the sea
mermaid.
bunnies.
Oh no, she's just an anglerfish that her sea bunnies are actually lures that come out of her back.
That's adorable.
And so it's like, oh boy, once I can get this horror concept out, like, I'm probably not gonna try to get like an angler fish version of Lumia for at least like 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because since Ion surprised me with the updated mermaid model, I think that's gonna be my model update for next year.
There you go.
Just to switch between, so then I have a little variety.
Yeah, and the thing is, you don't even have to think about like lore as an important. Like, lore is something that's like, I feel like it's more important to English VTubers than it is like Japanese ones. But like, lore is a cool thing to add, but it shouldn't be the reason why people watch it. It should be like a, hey, here's bits and pieces of of extra. If like it should be one of those things where if you are willing to dig deep in the trenches for extra bits, that's the rewarding thing for you. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be the reason why people are interested in you. Because if that's the reason why people are interested in you, I'm sorry, that's not interesting enough. I don't care. I really don't. Oh.
Yeah, it's like people who know Lumi from when she was just one-off character of mine from like 2017, 2018. They know her little lore bits. They've drawn art of her before she was actually, this. So it's like, they're the real ones. They know about this shit. So it's like if they know, they know.
Mm-hmm.
Give me one of those things because I'm not gonna pay like $3,000 for a 5-second lore video.
No, I'm not. It's one of those things where it's just like it would be cool if Meriwether could write it, but I don't need Meriwether to write me a successful video in order for me to continue to be interesting.
Rex, did you see Lumi's F-list profile back in the day?
Oh gosh.
Rex?
No comment.
Really
Rex?
quickly, before we continue, just as a quick aside, I am playing Destiny right now, and one of the people I'm playing with is your little lolly uwu. Mizu, are you playing Destiny right now?
Oh, I hate Destiny. I would never torture myself like
sure?
that.
Okay,
this person seems very close to you.
I will admit this. Fucking Lumi did have an F-list profile because I RP'd as her for a long while.
Oh gosh.
Back when her name back then wasn't even Lumi. It was fucking Syndra back then.
Oh,
and I changed it.
That sounds very Mary Sue. I'm sorry.
That's so League of Legends.
No, it's not Syndra like Syndra. It was Cindra.
That's even worse.
Shut the fuck up!
No
judge,
but judge. Oh, I love that.
Shut the... No! People who know, no.
Lumi, you gotta clap back on us at some point. You gotta make fun of something we do sometimes.
Here. So
I already made fun of you and your 8 autistic brains
it's
last
9,
week.
but yes.
So you don't have to feel like you're getting bullied. When I was younger, I used to like make pretend I was the secondary Mary Sue main character in my favorite animes. And I would just like imagine myself as being better than literally everybody else in that universe.
Oh, I kind of did that too. But that was just because I was a teenager and lonely.
Man,
Listen, I imagine myself as one of the magical girls in Magica Madoka, alright?
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Looking back on it, it was pretty cringe.
Oh boy, Rex. You're gonna have to tell me which message thread this was.
When are we gonna get the Dark Souls of VTubers whose only lore comes from merchandise descriptions?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Okay, I'm not ashamed of my past because it's not like it was private because they were on public websites. Hey, ERP is not bad. Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm not gonna shame you for that.
Hey, I don't care about any lewd shit in the past because, again, these are public websites.
Mm-hmm.
You should see the amount of lewd artwork I had of my other characters. My dragon girl that I have more art of than I have of Lumi to this fucking day. Oh, fucking boy, you should have seen the shit that I got done with her.
For now, you'll have more of Lumi one day.
Yeah, I hope to get more gore art. But anyway.
Okay, I wasn't gonna bring that up.
We're gonna put a pin in that and move on. We never did this gatekeeping VTubers thing. We just talked around it.
Yeah, but like, I do think that I don't know, how do you gatekeep VTubing? You really can't. The only thing you can do is just like build a culture around not liking a new VTuber unless they're not weird. You know? You have to kind of like train people to not enjoy a new personality and until we learn that they are not a psychopath, you know?
Or like, don't let people come back as a quote-unquote VTuber like Hero the Wolf.
that I
Yeah.
don't. Well, here's the thing: people aren't letting him come back. Everybody knows who he is. He's not escaping what he is.
He didn't try and change the name that much. He changed it to like Radiance Wolf or something.
Yeah.
He,
The fact that he still has 15,000 followers.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Caro. While they are disgusting and the whole internet should know what they did, it's more contained than I think some people give it credit for. Way more contained.
I mean, like, okay, I got bored at work and
Define contained.
I listened to like a fucking, what was it, 5-hour retrospective on the Zeus sadism leaks, and like, goddamn, I remember hearing about it, but I never seen the details.
By contained, I mean like if you are a normie, chances are you have no idea what any of that is.
Oh, I'll give you that.
Only like the 15,000 people following Kiro, some of them are going to be people that know exactly who he is and don't care. The rest of them are going to be normies that just like regular furry shit.
Yeah. It's like, I'm friends with some furries, they're not all bad. But like, there's a lot of them, don't give them much credit. And the fact that it's admitted that fucking, 20 to 30% of the furry fandom are fucking zoos are fucking great.
Yeah.
Again, not all furries are bad.
No.
I'm friends with a good handful of them, but like, it's like,
out herself.
It's like, hey, I'm not one. Just some of my friends are.
Keep telling yourself that, hun.
Oh man, but no, I think
I've seen the F list.
Shut up!
Wow.
You did not. I deleted those before I met you. Wait, did I? Please tell me.
Lumi, don't out yourself like this. Come on now. We just talked about not doxing yourself.
No, now I gotta make sure that the fucking profiles are deleted.
You
I thought I deleted them years ago.
It's gone, and then quietly moved over. Check.
No, because people would find it.
No. No, but like, I don't know, chat. What do you think? How should we gatekeep VTubing from weirdo people? I think the only way you can is to just train people to look, because like, you can't really like going back to what Cerno said. You cannot build a coalition or a group of people, because what groups and coalitions of people what happens to those? They get co-opted by the wrong people that you don't want to be in charge of them. So a better thing to do is to create an understanding and awareness and to educate people. All right, just educate people on what is acceptable and unacceptable, and go on from there. That's you really don't need anything more than that. And that's really how the internet should work as a broadness. Just teach and let go. And if people are still going to be stupid, well, guess what? There's just some stupid people on the internet, and maybe they shouldn't be on it.
Yeah.
Lumi, want to get into her final thing?
Yes. Okay. So, there's been some sketchy looking fucking VTuber agencies that have been popping up since Akio Air. And one that actually has some evidence behind it that our good friend Murray decided to put a thread together on the virtual asylum.
Is that the name of the agency?
No, the virtual asylum is basically you can make threads for
Okay.
like 4chan, but less convoluted. So Cyber Idol is yes, Kiwi Farms for VTube.
So they dox people there?
I don't look much into the website. I don't think they allow doxing.
Okay.
But like, this agency that I seen pop up, I think I seen this one before Murray caught wind of it. It's called Cyber Idol E, and they're keeping their CEO completely anonymous. It's only they're only going as Q_quills, Q_quills. And apparently they have a history of being scammers. Well, being a scammer and trying to start up other agents.
Lolcow VTubers, listen. If you are an internet personality, you are a lolcow. I am sorry. You are somebody to be made fun of. It's going to happen to me. It's going to happen to all three of us. You just have to accept and move on.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think people understand that like the initial lolcalness, literally everybody fits into the box.
Mm-hmm.
The only
True.
reason that like everybody doesn't have like a lolcal thread is because we don't continuously make a fool of ourselves publicly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's typically the only difference in the
Yep.
lolcal threads is because they want something they can consistently farm. And they'd get
Yeah.
bored if we're only providing them like one funny thing every couple months.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Look at people like Chris Chan. The only reason why people still talk about them is because stuff is still happening.
That and the stuff that happens to Chris Chan is always like very
Interesting.
extra.
Yeah.
All right. So right now I will read the TLDR. This part is about the CEO of Cyber Idol. TLDR, even if the intentions of Q Quill Cyber Idol slash Cyber Idol CEO are good, her past behaviors, including managing a previous agency, being a member of VTuber groups herself, and lack of inexperience, has set the agency up for failure. In fact, the whole thing might be some sort of odd scam. Q Quill's here, and after Q has gone under at least a dozen different identities online, most of which are connected to sketchy art and model sites. Anyone interested in legitimately growing their career in this industry should stay very far away from Cyber Idol and keep an eye on Q and whatever other identity she's using now or will.
See, you just say Q, and all I can think about is the QAnon board.
QAnon.
Yeah, that's all I can think about. I'm sorry.
So they said they were keeping their guy anonymous or whatever, so how do they know it's this
Yeah.
person?
I'm guessing from the people that they follow and who follows them and stuff, because some, like, I don't know the history of some of these accounts, but some very, like, you know how usually when people will first start following someone, it's usually their friends and not just random odd account.
Yeah. I don't, because it's one of those things, right? Is that some people have a much higher standard for what constitutes proof than others. Like I know it's one thing that people always hated Kiwi Farms over was they would claim Kiwi Farms would use like a really loose proof standards or whatever and tie the wrong people to the wrong ones. But then I always think about how the way they had to prove one guy is they had everything down to his like a picture of him walking out of his house, and they refused to accept that that was valid enough proof until they got like an actual government document with his name on it. Like that was how high their proof standard was. So I am curious as to where the proof is.
Well, okay. How it began very early in the morning of Thursday, October 11th, a new Twitter account for the VTuber agency called Cyber Idol EN posted a tweet announcing they were beginning. You know what? Put this in the Discord. Y'all can follow along. I don't have to fucking mumble this entire fucking time.
Do you want us to take turns?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you know how I get. I get black.
Oh.
That tweet would be shared to the asylum several hours later by banned VTuber names, and
this literally looks like Kiwi Farms too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Asked Prof. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. I'm too fucking. How long until they're outed as a black company? As this was soon after the rapid catastrophic implosion of Akio Air due to a series of idiotic decisions made by management. The community was particularly sensitive to managed fly-by-night agency at the time. Cyber Idol's announcement and information revealed in the subsequent Marshmallow tweet raised some red flags. The company couldn't decide if their name was Cyber Idol or Cyber Idol. Spaces between. And used the two interchangeably, sometimes in the same piece of, like the video accompanying the recruitment. The name itself is similar to two other agents, Cyber Live, which is now defunct, and company's entire existence was a Twitter account, Marshmallow page, and a Google form. There was no website and no accounts on streaming. The company did not have a logo. The artwork on the Twitter account user's avatar at the time was an unknown creator, appeared to have a watermark saying sample. The agency account proudly proclaimed they would not be hiring minors, as was the first domino in ArcioWare's collapse. But it was later discovered the artist they gloated about hiring was a minor. Cyber Idol claimed they were unaware of this and cut ties with the artist. We later found out about their recruitment style was very bizarre. Talents for all 4 characters from Alice in Wonderland were found within 48 hours, but they would have a couple months to decide whether they wanted to sign the contract. That would happen if a talent decided not to sign shortly before debut was not discussed. The company scrambled to recast this character. Additionally, the company claimed to take a 30% cut, but rather than taking the money from the talent's channel, taking their cut, and then distributing the rest to the talent as normal agencies, they would instead have the talents take all channel income and send the agency a check for their fee. What? So have the talent manage that 30%? Well, this approach
yeah,
has
totally.
the benefit
This $20 is my 30%. Yeah, we had a slow month this month.
While this approach has the benefit of making sure the agency won't run away with the money if and when they collapse, it's a very non-standard approach and leaves them vulnerable to cheating by the talents.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just said. Like, that's exactly how I'd handle this. I'd be like, oh yeah, no, it's been a slow month. Oh, it's rough.
By giving the lack of information about the company, including no mailing or physical address, it could not be determined if Cyber Idol was in fact a registered company. Later admitted by Q on the Proctor's below that it was not registered. Most interestingly, in my opinion, no names were given for the company's management. In response, Marshmallow asking for more info, they tweeted, "The CEO will soon be revealed. Why does the CEO need to have a grand reveal?"
No. Most times in VTuber companies, the CEO is never really talked about that much. Like,
Yeah.
it's sometimes a meme in Hololive, but that's about it.
Yeah. I feel like the CEO wants to use the company to be a talent.
Yeah.
Because that's the only reason I could think they'd want to do like a grand reveal. They'd be like, look at me, I'm also the talent CEO. I'm Talent Chan.
But soon find out as later that day, their account tweeted that their CEO was, well, not a real name, but another Twitter handle. Now here's where things went kind of crazy, because if this CEO had decided to create a totally new Twitter account, subsequent discoveries about this person would probably not have been made, or at least it would have taken longer. However, instead, the Q account was the previous account, which had its handle changed, its original tweets removed.
That is literally 200 IQ play.
Make a new account, bro.
But reply tweets, as well as all of its followers and following accounts were leading those tweets may have been the CEO was delayed. That remaining information was discovered almost instantly that the previous handle was Amelia Dark. And then from there, with vicious application of autism and archive searching, the other identities were found.
Hell yeah, for autism.
The power of autism.
The power of autism compels you.
Never underestimate how much somebody with too much free time will take to research something.
Exactly.
Too much free time and apparently diagnosed autism.
Listen, if I had the time put towards stuff, I could do a lot of things that I don't do because I'm not a bad person. But if I had the time and resources, I could do a lot of this stuff.
List of identities for Q follows with a summary of what they seem to have gotten up to and how they tie back to. We will refer to this person as below. He noted that a common thread amongst all identities is offering art commissions, sometimes the same artwork is used. portfolio piece identities. However, the artwork tends to have an inconsistent style from people, and there is evidence of her both using AI art generators and passing off the work of others as her own. It is unknown if she actually has any artistic talent. Q claims to be the CEO of Cyber Idol, as mentioned above. He co-founded it with Emperez, someone who had previously commissioned Q for artwork and by Emp's own admission knew very little about management or VTubing, but deferred to Q's expertise. Empress said she had effectively no tasks in the operation of the company and would later disassociate herself from the inexperience and past parents. After this thread was created, Q would make a Google Doc addressing the OP and claiming not to be some of the identities below. However, the document has inconsistency in doubt. Announcing the Google Doc has since been deleted, but the document itself still remains.
I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Have a good trip.
Thank you.
Have fun, don't miss. Okay. Amelia Dark. Previous handle of Q's account. Archives of her Twitter account found this card account with artwork commission prices, and for the purpose of finding further accounts and email address, and in the tab/title, another user. And this person's messy for hiding there.
They fucked up.
Oh yeah. Aster Rose. Username in aforementioned card page created a lot of content with an art account, and around November 2020 live stream have been lost to time. Around October 2020, Aster Rose apparently went by okay, so it is Aster. Apparently went by male pronouns, and something happened to make his/her Discord friends think that he/she died, causing this bizarre tribute video to be. Oh no! Of course! It's fucking. What is this? The fucking new Gaia shit? Not Gaia. Fucking. What program is this? I see a bunch of stupid ass fucking kids making. Fucking. Hold on. Mizu, you know things.
Oh, this is Gacha Life.
Gacha Life. It's a Gacha Life tribute video.
Gacha Life is a fucked up rabbit hole. I might have to take you down one day off stream.
Okay.
It's a thing. It's hard to describe it.
I mean, it's well made for a Gacha Life video.
I will give you it's not stop motion, but that's about as much as I'm going to give you, to be honest.
Okay.
Because I've seen some good Gacha Life videos.
I see people doing some weird shit with Gacha Life videos, but I seen that there's like a 6-hour iceberg for Gacha Life that I might.
It's wild.
Note that the link in the description as well as the username in the pinned comment now link channel with the name Nico Deo. Aster Rose was apparently involved in buying and selling accounts for mobile games, including quite recently, and sometimes with disturbingly large budgets.
Hey man, get on that grind set. I ain't gonna fault you for getting that bag.
Jesus! Hey y'all, I'm looking to buy an Identity V Whale account. I have a current budget of 5,000 USD.
That's interesting. That's a lot of money.
Instinct subs, all skins, willing to pay 6K for North American, 5K for Asia. What the fuck? Wow.
Your girl got dollars.
Man. Hey, girly pop. If you want to throw money around instead of whaling for mobile game accounts, you can whale my career. Miko Deo. Through this account, she has recently been active as a VTuber. Her channel currently only hosts a song cover, and associated Twitter account has recent activity, and oddly both offers commission and gotten commission from others. Miko Identity recently had a controversy where she tried to cancel the unfortunately named Tarda Todd. The leader of a VTuber called Project Enigma.
I think it's Enigmata.
That's a stupid name. After he compiled about her being absent without sufficient explanation from activities while she was recovering from an injury, she would later claim it was a suicide attempt. Okay. Been publishing a Google Doc about his insensitivity. However, Tarda, poor thing, why would you name herself Tarda? Later successfully shift public opinion by publishing his own screenshots showing that Miko had not been transparent to Tarda about why she had been injured and given inconsistent timeline about when she'd be able to return. I want to see.
Oh, it's just Discord conversations.
Okay, if you had, okay, yeah, that is some okay, you're trying to sell a full body VTuber model for $1,000, but you just show a fucking sketch. What is that? Go! What are you doing? Go! You stupid fuck! Go! Go! Yeah, okay, you want to sell VTuber models, but you're only showing the fucking sketch. Anyways, let's see. Hold on, I'm gonna grab my cat really quick because she's playing with fire over here. Fuck out! From my power block!
Oh, they're messing with the block. Tragic.
She shut off my computer once. She's not gonna do it in the middle of a stream. I'm gonna fucking turn you into teriyaki chicken. Swear to God.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It's acceptable in some Asian countries. Beatrice Sinclair, Yamaka Kyo, and Riri Taffy. Under these identities, Q seems to have operated a man-in-the-middle scam on both artists and clients who wish to commission artists. Scam seems to be operated like this. Q posts as an artist seeking commissions using stolen artwork as portfolio pieces. A client seeking artwork approached Q and worked out a commission deal. Q then took the project to a legitimate artist and commissioned them to do the client's project, pretending it was her own. Q arranged for the legit client to pay the legit artist directly via PayPal, so the name and email address from which the payment came did not match Beatrice. Unfortunately, the artist did not take this as a red flag and began working on the project. The artist, thinking Beatrice was the real client, would update her on the progress of the art and update her as it progressed. In some cases, sending the final project. Meanwhile, Q would ghost the legitimate client. For some of the clients, at some point they would get frustrated from a lack of updates from Beatrice. Initiate a refund through PayPal, which went to the legitimate artist. The artist would then contact the client, and the ruse was discovered. Meanwhile, Q would pass the artwork off as her own, in some case, resell it. What? A fucking bitch!
Yeah, it's getting a little sus.
At some point during the scam, she claimed to operate a VTuber agency called Aura Tech Studio. Here she was trying to use the scam to obtain models for the streamers in this agency. I don't believe any of these VTubers debuted. Several victims of the scam would publish Google Docs discussing their victim. I will link this virtual asylum thread so y'all go to the docs because I am not, because I have work. But here I shall link it to my YouTube and Twitter chats for anyone that is interested.
Yeah, we all have lives out of the streaming, unfortunately.
I
We
mean,
wish we could
unless
just
y'all
stick
want to
with
tip
streaming.
big.
Unless
Yeah,
you want to what?
Unless y'all want to tip big so I can quit my day job.
Oh yeah. No, I'd quit my job in a heartbeat if I could just stream full time.
Who wants to be a sugar mama or sugar daddy by just watching me stream? Oh, I'm not logged in. I could see this. Bizarrely, a Twitter account associated with this identity, Beatrice and PH, would claim to be a VTuber who departed from an agency called VT Live. Many companies elaborated in both a Twitter thread and a Google. Marcella, the Destiny V Live fiasco. Was it Destiny V Live a big thing that happened? Because I never.
Not a clue. I've never heard of it, honestly. That might be a stream for another day.
Under this identity, Q was the manager of an agency called Destiny V Live. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. As a cyber idol, branding with Q apparently co-founded the agency with the CEO, who was later found to be a minor at the time, and appears the CEO actually did very little, if anything, and Marcella was actually, as a cyber idol, the talents were recruited and accepted in a relatively short amount of time.
Hello.
In
Welcome back.
January 2023. Hello. Back.
Yes, Chad, I'm fine.
January 2023, Marcella announced she would be taking a 2-week break due to health concerns, but she ended up being gone around 2 months. Talent debuts originally planned to happen in late February were delayed as March 31st, 2023, the designs of the talents were leaked by Senryu's account as example artworks below. Some of these designs and models were funded entirely by DVL, but in some cases they were funded partially or entirely by the talents themselves. Noticed by the talents, and they found the fishy and agreed to it en masse on April 4th. Wow, this sounds familiar. Around May 15th, the DVL Twitter account announced they were reopening recruitment, but the former talents convinced her to cease. On that date, former DVL talent Lilith Enhorn posted a Twitter thread about her experience. Marcella posted a twit longer, seemingly in response, claiming a hacking victim, as well as having paid for the talent models out of pocket.
Why is it always hacking?
Not true.
It's always I got hacked.
But it's the Iranian super hackers.
Oh my gosh. The super hackers did it all.
A cynical interpretation of what the entire DVL experience was about was that Q recruited talents for an entirely sham agency and prompted them all to commission artwork for their models. In some cases, talents at the talent's own expense, then resold that artwork and or used it for portfolio pieces, illicit commissions. However, I do not have sufficient evidence to say it was her scheme for that reason. For certain. I can read.
This is very long. Can I ask again what we're talking about?
Some group called Cyber
scam
Idol.
agency.
Right. From what I remember, it's like there's scamming that's going on, or is it money laundering? I'm gonna be honest. I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
Okay,
think they're
after
just a
scrolling
scam
down a
artist.
bit, the entire thing isn't the thread. This is where the comments start, so we're almost at the end.
Okay.
Okay. To this day, Q admits to being an artist that worked with Marcella under the Amelia Dark identity, but not Marcella herself. However, I have seen providence of evidence by those who remain anonymous, which ties Marcella back to Beatrice and Claire, Taffy, and Aster Rose identities. Cannot share it, but either it is credible evidence or multiple people have successfully pulled a somewhat high-effort gaslighting campaign on me. Lily Autumn 5, Elodie Ray, Mary is a loser 12, and Mary is a troll. Lily Autumn 5 had the email address from the card in her Twitter profile at one point. Mary is a loser 12 apparently stole Lily Autumn 5's art and passed it on as herself at one point, and was accused of being a sock puppet for Little Autumn 5, who started drama with herself for attention. Okay, is this person mentally ill?
Probably.
That sounds like it.
God fucking damn. She needs a grippy sock vacation for at least 3 months. You know what? You don't have to call me out for my mental illnesses. On October 16th, the administrator of this site, the Proctor, did a stream about the cyber idol drama, prominently featured discoveries. I can read. Swear to God. Later in the stream, Cyber Idol co-founder Empraise joined, apparently assuming that we wanted to lambaste her about her association with Cyber Idol. But Proctor was quite civil with her and asked her questions her experience. Excuse me.
Sorry. For a second, I was like, "What is Is Mizu screaming or something?"
No, that was Lemmy.
That was my
Sorry.
burp. I apologize.
I'm sorry. It's just you were talking so seriously, and then that comes out of left field. I was like,
No, I'm drinking Dr. Peppy.
fair
It
enough.
happened. I am a burper. I apologize.
It's okay. I don't care.
Just caught people
And
off
later-
guard.
Good.
It's
Means they're paying
good.
attention.
Yeah, I'm
I
definitely.
later
paying
joined to
attention.
ask some more questions. Soon after, Q herself joined. The conversation was quite civil throughout, as Empraise and I in particular tried to demonstrate to Q that even if we ignore what she may have done under her various previous identities, she lacked the management experience to operate an agency, and if she failed, she would be hurting her talents as well as herself. In the end, she seemed to concede the point that she would give up the CEO position to someone else. However, after leaving the call, she started a Twitter space in which she seemed to indicate she felt ganged up on and bullied in our stream. The post the next day indicated she was reopening positions for characters. Carta Todd would later join the stream after Q left and reiterate his falling out with Q as Miko Deo. But why? Throughout my research on this, one question was which has been bothering me is why. Word scam comes to what Q has done, but in almost all cases, the reward seems to be quite small to non-existent. Given that, I'm inclined to believe that Q's primary motivation is clout. That is, she likes the attention she gets by being involved with Corpo or passing herself off as an artist. And given the history of making drama posts when leaving agency doesn't directly control being the focus of drama. However, there's the possibility that even though the profit margins in cases seen so far, god fucking damn, are small, making up for it in volume, and even all of the stuff above is just the tip of an iceberg of scams. May never know the truth, but whatever it may be, stay far away.
So
Oh yeah, this person's a scammer, and
Yeah, so from what I'm understanding, this person tried to start an agency
Mm-hmm.
and previously had issues that made them unfit to kind of run said agency. And so they've been trying to hide it. And now that people know, it's just a clusterfuck of bullshit, is what I'm hearing.
Basically.
Understandable.
Cyber idol.
And now it's being showcased on this Kiwi Farms light place for VTubers.
Okay, so let's see. All right, so pulling this up, you would think that this person would have put this on their CEO account, not the agency account, saying, "With fame comes hate. People make things up to jump on a train for clout and overlook other things. They will humiliate people to the point of no return just for a like on a social media app. Don't be like those people. Don't let those people get to you. Today I have matured and learned that is the price of fame." And then someone said, "Everything will be okay, Amelia." Who the fuck is Amelia? Anyone who sees your situation will probably be able to emphasize with you. Empathize?
Damn, someone
Give.
accidentally doxed her then.
For every loud negative voice you have to endure, there's 100 silent ones who think negative voices are. But
Oh my goodness.
Wild.
Yes. Oh, excuse me. That is.
Amelia Dark was her previous Twitter handle. So yeah, it's just okay.
Yeah, someone didn't get the message that you're not supposed to call them by their old name. Listen, that's their dead name, guys. You can't call them that.
I don't
I'm
want to
just
get
like,
like too controversial, but I always hate when people try and act like their internet name is their dead name. Because this was a huge thing with Cosmo, right? Because they'd be like, "No, you can't call me Cosmo. That's my dead name. I'm trans now." It's like it was your internet handle. Shut the fuck up, dude. It's not your real name.
Yeah. What
Besides, I'm
happened
not
to
gonna
them?
call
They
you fucking
disappeared.
Narcissa. I'm not gonna participate in this.
What happened to them? Didn't they like disappear and nobody knows where they are now?
No, they went on another streaming platform where they used to get paid just for like existing there.
Yeah, isn't it
Uh,
stream.me?
Something like no, because the platform got shut down. Because
Yeah.
obviously, when you just pay people who aren't bringing in any viewers, it just like it doesn't work.
No. But like they left and now where are they? Do we know what happened to them?
I've not a clue.
No.
Honestly, like I'd not to be mean, but I don't particularly care because
Oh
they
yeah.
started doing everything just for attention, which
Oh
is why
yeah,
they
of
literally
course.
changed their name to Narcissa, like
It was
narcissist.
it's really sad because like I listened to a podcast about Narcissa and they really did have it all. They had a lot of good things going for them, and then a combination of a horrible year just kind of ruined it for them.
Yeah,
I remember
it's the
reading a
fate of all
comment.
speedrunners, though.
Yeah, it's like I remember reading a comment because like the thing that people think tipped it over the edge is they lost at a Mario Maker convention, and someone's top comment was, "You ever bully someone so hard they become a woman?" And I was like, "Oh, that's so mean."
So what it was the person they lost to wasn't even a speedrunner.
Yeah, they were a
It
nobody.
was it was supposed to just be like a fun Nintendo competition, and it was them up against like some random dude, and he just like he was in a super easy Mario level that Nintendo themselves had made that they expected children to be able to beat, and
Mm-hmm.
he was just getting dicked over and over and over again by it. And this random dude who just showed up there and thought it would be a fun little competition just breezes through it no problem.
Yeah, that on top of their girlfriend cheating on them and losing a
Yeah.
personal friend and all sorts of other things. It's just like, yeah, I imagine anybody would break down and change their identity because they don't like how they are anymore. I totally kind of get that. It's kind of sad though.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but now they literally call themselves narcissist. And beg
Yeah.
for money on the internet.
Are they still doing that then? So are they just still begging people for money?
I think so.
Okay. I might need to like look around then, because like I thought they said I'm leaving the internet.
Chat says never underestimate random guy. You have no idea what his stats are.
Oh man, this one.
Mm-hmm.
But before we decide to end,
Yes, it is.
I do want to say that I do have a juicy topic for next week because I am revisiting a topic that I covered back in July about a person who stole an entire artist character and art, saying that it is their VTuber persona
Going back in July.
when it is not. And this person also has a history of lying about industry connections, trying to say that his uncle is the CEO of Niji Sanji, saying that he knows fucking, uh,
His dad works for
whatever.
Nintendo.
His dad works for Nintendo, guys.
Exactly. I've
But
got
saying
one
that he
too.
knows Henya, saying that he can get people connections with fucking Gargur and shit. And now his entire scam of an agency is gone now because the talents all fucking left. But I am getting information and a Google Doc to go over next week.
Oh, fun.
It's gonna be fun.
It does sound
And
fun.
if I might get more information by then, but I shall keep all of you guys posted, and I'll probably go over my old thread from July. I'll probably retweet it too, so other people know what's going on. But oh boy, it's interesting for sure.
I can't wait.
Okay, Murray, I will get you up to speed in DMs.
I have a topic for next
No,
week.
they
now,
gotta wait
too.
next week like everybody else.
So
Well, hey, if he's gonna make a thread on it for the virtual asylum, I'll give him information early.
it sounds exciting.
Nelson Murray's a homie. Oh.
Do they use
Appreciate you, dude.
the virtual asylum then?
I'm gonna make an account on the virtual asylum because it seems like a new place that I'm gonna be hanging out on.
Oh my goodness.
You're gonna spend
I
all
don't
our
know
day
how-
bad mouthing people on it.
Yes, I'm gonna use funny gamer words and everything.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know how to work 4chan, so I'll hang out on the virtual asylum. Hey, it's a cheaper version of a Grippy Sock vacation.
Mm-hmm. Next week, just a preview for you guys, I am going to talk about Smash drama because one of the best, coolest places to get the best drama is from the Smash Melee fandom. And I have a story that I've been following for a while that I'm going to talk about. Another person getting banned from the Smash Melee tournaments. It's going to be fun.
Oh shit.
Again, excuse me, they were banned again. And I'm pretty sure they're also
it-
slightly autistic.
I mean, they play Smash.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know what? Fair enough. I will give a hint. Only the people in the Smash community will probably know this person. Their name is Hacks. I'm gonna talk about them because they got banned apparently, and we're gonna go through why. This is interesting. Anyway, that's what I'm excited for that. That looks exciting.
I do not have anything planned yet because I am waiting for something fun to show up during the week.
Yeah, but we'll get things sorted, and if anybody has any suggestions or stuff that they want us to cover, you can put it in the viewer suggestion channel on the server.
Yes.
And no, the viewer suggestion channel is not for you to shill for your friends.
Yeah, you can't chill for your friends.
Yes,
sorry.
I deleted that. I was just like, you cannot, like, you can't do that, bro. Please don't.
But I will put the link to the server in my chat again if anyone wants to join who hasn't joined.
Yeah.
But I am going to try to find aid out.
Same. I always try and search other femboy VTubers to raid out to. Because they understand my suffering.
Give them all of the drama.
All the drama followers.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is at this time of night, most people are from across the pond. Uh, Typically the best people I find to raid are Aussies, though.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, so excited for tomorrow. We got to make our guild. Apparently, you have to use a custom selection of words that they give you.
When I get to be a part of the
Okay.
guild.
If you play Sea of Thieves, yeah.
Yeah, I was playing without the other day. I am off work tomorrow, though, so.
Sweet.
Anyways, I love you, Fins. I'm gonna send you out to this femboy VTuber. I know he's playing Overwatch and that's cringe, but
Overwatch is very cringe.
I know, but we support the cringe around here.
Mm.
Bye, guys. Be nice to him.
I'll mute myself to talk to my chat for a few moments.
Good night, everybody. And I just realized I muted myself a second ago.
Good
I'm
job.
rating y'all out to Coconut Ghost. Shut the fuck up. Rating y'all out to Coconut Ghost because she looks cute and she's playing Seed. I don't know how long I was talking to myself, but you know what? You guys get to suffer with me. Good night, everybody.